Just one touch and I'm lost inside your love. Just one touch means more than words can say. Just one touch and I know I'm gonna stay for always.
You know what, guys? That's becoming my favorite intro now. Just to hear that song and seeing all those people grab those newspaper,
Perfect.
the toilet paper like there's no tomorrow is just hilarious.
Yeah,
just seeing the whole palette just disappear. It's amazing how fast it disappears. That is awesome. But hey, welcome everybody. We got a special guest today, Lucky Bulger. Lucky Bulger's been around a long time. Bob's known him for a long time. And when I told Bob, I go, Bob, hey, I got Lucky Bulger coming on Friday. And Bob's first reaction was like, really? You got Lucky Bulger? He helped me out fast. So
yeah. Remember, I've been in England, guys. So he's out of Ireland. He's living it over there. And there's some of his statements have really helped my fucking science out. So I'm going to give an example of what Lucky Bulger did for me in science. We do science still. We science the fuck out of this. When I talked to Eric from England, I said, Eric, the Puget Sound's changing, dude. The fucking Vancouver Island is getting closer to the freaking shoreline. So Eric's so busy living his life. He's like, what are you talking about? I said, dude, did you go? And then Texas Danny, of course, Eric, did you see he's saying the same thing. Our resident freaking substrate guy, but he's seeing the changes. Eric, I'm like, do you see the Vancouver Island? Eric's like, I'm not really, I guess. And then, okay, that's fine. And then, so anyway, I understand why now because of Lucky Bulger. Exactly why, because in England, I'm with some other English people, and we're watching the lakes appear in Ireland. They're popping up all over Ireland. I talk about that one large lake up northern Ireland, which was never there in my memory, in my anchor memory, was never there. And the border, the Irish border shrunk. It like completely shrunk to me and some other English people that I live with. So one time I asked Lucky Bulger, if you remember, maybe it was a different time. I go, hey, dude, tell me about those lakes that just popped up around your area. And he's like, what are you talking about? Like, Eric, what are you talking about? They're right there. What are you talking about? They've always been there. Nah, dude, they just popped out. Oh, no, Eric, how's the Puget Sound? What are you talking about? So it's telling me not everyone is getting certain. If you're in a location, if you're in a spot, you might not see it change. I'm just saying, you might not. So everyone's screaming, you're in a fucking place that's brand new. The people that live in that brand new spot going, what are you talking about? I got the Mandela effect just as much as you do, but this place has always been here. What are you talking about? So we got to be careful when everyone says, I know you're, no, man, not everyone's going to see the same shit. Thank God my son, Eric, Eric, he's a fucking corpsman. Thank God he knows where the present day heart is located and not in the left side because he would kill someone in the fucking military. He's a medic, so he has to know the local body. So I asked my son, hey, where's the local organs? Well, he'll tell me the present day organs. Okay, cool.
I think we have a lot of we have a lot of similar Mandela effects. So, some of them aren't going to be the same, but quite a lot of them are similar, I think.
Well, somebody mentioned on a show, could even been this amazing show, but if people like heart surgeons and pilots and stuff didn't take the upgrade, that'd be a real scary world. So the fact that when you try to talk to a quote expert and they go, what the frick are you talking about? That's actually a good thing for us because, like you say, you wouldn't want to be in a world where they didn't know what's going on. I mean, that's our world, and we want them to at least know the new thing.
Yeah. That Bulger was on my 100% trust list. So when I started checking with him about the changes in his topography, he's like, "What are you talking about?" I guess it's true but also I don't remember the canals in England either. So the people that I'm hanging with in England, I'm like, guys, I don't know about these canals you guys keep talking about you were raised up next to. They didn't have this in my time. But they have all the effects. You know what I mean? They have everything else. But so we got to be careful when we start pointing fingers at people if they don't have the effect.
I can't think of his name, but you guys, we had a guy on that was talking about the changes and they start in the waters. Remember that gentleman? It was on our show, but he said that's where you see the Mandela effects happening, because like you look at Canada, it's just getting decimated with water.
Yeah.
And in my state, Washington, I talk to people that have been from here, and some of us remember that area in the corner, top left corner where the water comes in, that the side on the left of that water was higher, and now it's dropping down. And Canada's actually, Victoria Island or whatever, that's coming in closer.
Yes.
And we're sort of losing our coastline, and it's mostly Oregon now, and a little bit of it's just, to me, that's changed, and there's a lot more water coming in. But then I can talk to people, and they just, like you say, Robert, go, I've always known it this way. What are you talking about, weirdo? So
it's kind of cool like that.
So to get to know you better, Lucky Bulger, in case people in the chat doesn't really know you, can you kind of tell us about some of your Mandela effects for the people that might not know you from the chat?
Yeah, my channel doesn't really get out. I've pretty much been shadow banned by YouTube, which I have a shitload of Mandela effect, a list of Mandela effects that I've actually gone through myself. And I made videos about every one of those different effects, which, as I said, my videos don't really get out on YouTube. It's pretty much the same for Robert there, I think.
Yeah.
Where they kind of, we just don't get out on the York at all. I don't know why, I don't even know how to do it, but I pretty much was going through the Mandela effect thing since 2015, really. Pretty much after the Four Blood Moons thing happened, that's when at the end of the Four Blood Moons thing, I was getting all of those big Mandela effects happening, all of that, all at the same time. And I haven't really been getting any really big ones like that. It was 2015 when I got.
Was there one big one in 2015 that made you really realize, holy shit, I got to look into this?
I saw maybe 3 or 4 really big ones, and they didn't really have that big of an effect on me. I kind of ignored them and just got on with my life. As in, South America moved a full size east. We moved from the Sagittarius arm into the galactic center, more or less.
Yeah.
The Antarctica went missing. We used to have a continent, Arctica, at the North Pole, and that went missing. All of these happened pretty much at the same time. And it didn't really freak me out. I said, well, I don't know, it could be people messing around on the internet or that kind of stuff. But the one that actually really got me was the traffic lights. The traffic lights went green on top. For most of my life, the traffic lights was green on top and red on the bottom.
You know what, Lucky? This is a true story. When Bob was first getting really into it, I didn't understand it at first either. I did not. And me and Bob went to a vegan wedding. It was a vegan wedding. Sucky food. I do not recommend going to a vegan wedding. If you do, bring your own salt and pepper. Bring your own salt and pepper, because at a vegan wedding, they don't even have salt and pepper. But on the ride back, Bob was talking about.
I heard.
Bob was talking about the light green being on top. I'm like, and Bob's like, do you remember the light being green? I still to this day, I don't remember the green light being on top.
It's like that most of my life. I mean, 35 years, something like that.
And it was funny.
That's the way it was.
That was one of the ones that just hit me in the face, because I was just going along and I didn't really think twice. And then all of a sudden somebody mentioned it. And I'm like, oh my God, it totally was. Because I can remember there's a big truck and the light's green, you can see it, right? If it's a high truck. But if it's now on the bottom, you actually, unless it's red, you don't know if it's yellow and he's going to stop, or if it's green and he's going to keep going. So yeah, it's a complete upside down of that. Yeah.
Isn't it amazing? Like this guy here, Crunchy B, said, well, it was a solar eclipse that when everything went sideways for him. It's kind of neat how something triggers your awakening.
Yeah.
And mine happened actually right near there, because I know for a fact the solar eclipse happened. And for the first time, my wife and I were going to go to Europe right after that. And we had a bunch of little tiny moonstones we'd gotten. And so we sent them out in the sun because someone said, some kind of power. I don't know. So I remember that. And then we went to Europe. We didn't have any effects. We were actually doing all the things tourists do. And then we came home, and then everything we started realizing was upside down.
Dude, this is what I love about this community, because this guy Red Flag wrote, I found a new Mandela effect in Alice in Chains video. Jerry's goatee used to be dyed blue and now it's completely uncolored. I was a big fan in the early 90s. Mind blown. He is right. He always had a colored goatee.
I don't know. Let's look.
He dyed it.
He
dyed it.
Awesome.
I remember the grunge thing. He dyed it blue. He was here. He lived here he died here in Washington.
I moved to Seattle in the 90s. I moved to Seattle in the 90s during Alice in Chains was at its top.
Yeah.
And it was blue.
He dyed it blue. He dyed it blue. Yeah. I remember he said he died in a apartment up on Capitol Hill. He was in Capitol Hill. He was in Chaz.
Well, he died. He killed himself.
Modern day Chaz. He was in modern day. We call now Chaz the town of Chaz. But yeah, he died up in Capitol Hill in his apartment. OD'd on heroin, and he had a blue. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not seeing any blue anywhere.
Oh, fuck.
Well, that's an older picture. They had the new singer, but
that looks pretty old.
He had a blue goatee. I remember that.
I remember he died at the end. He died it. He died it at the end for me, right towards the in the middle of the end of his career.
Wow.
Well, if he did, I can't find one yet.
Wow.
Isn't that just amazing though? That certain people, what they grew up with, what they like, is what their Mandela effects are. Like for myself, Bob and I, we grew up poor. We didn't have money, right? Our father had when our father wrote a check at a grocery store, he asked the manager not to cash out on Friday because it'll bounce. So our vacation was going to movies. So that's why I've seen a lot of movies in 80s and 90s. So that's why a lot of my Mandela effects are within the movies, because that's what I remember the most. I'm not an explorer where I seen land a lot, so I'm not really good on land changes because I never really studied land. Kind of like the Bible.
I got a question about a musical group. My wife and I were watching something, and she came up as Blondie. And my recollection, the platinum blonde hair and bright red lipstick.
Yes.
Well, when you look at any of her videos now, I'll bring that one up.
Oh, don't do that to me.
She doesn't have the bright red lipstick that I remember. It's
because Blondie started out from the CBG where the Ramones used to play. They all play. She was real punk before she went a little commercial.
But if you watch the videos, it's all just this. It's not like I remember more like this.
Ruby red lips.
Album cover.
Bright red lips.
Yeah, but if you watch any of her videos, she just looks like this now, where it's just. So I don't know if that's something or not, but we don't remember her having just kind of plain. Lipstick.
No, because when she was in the punk rock stage, she had black hair, and when she got signed with a major label, they kind of popped her up a little bit, made her more popish.
Red lips.
You bleach your hair blonde, red lips to have that look because she was more.
I remember this photo, and her lips were way brighter than this. I don't know.
They were brighter. That was the gimmick, to get this girl from the punk world and bring her into the pop world. Just a mix, a little punk with it.
Well, you remember those posters, those 80s posters? They have like those weird silhouette ladies with the big red lips and the dark black eyes, like a silhouette pictures of that was kind of that thing at that time. Bright red lips.
Yeah, it just looks more normal to me than what I remember. So that was my.
And some people say that Blondie's one of the godmothers of rap. Because
I remember her. Yeah. She got. Yeah.
What's that, Bob?
She got Tom Cruise.
What do you mean she got Tom
Frozen.
Cruise?
Am I frozen?
No, you're not frozen now. What do you mean?
Tom Cruise. The picture. He used to be badass and masculine, and then he became feminine, and now she became Tom Cruise.
I see.
She's not so. Yeah. She used to be really smoking hot with the bright red lips. I mean, that's just what it is now, and now she don't have them. Like the C fucking 19. Anyway, but now she's dull. She used to be like that, but now she's dull. Like Marilyn Monroe was voluptuous, and beautiful, and voluptuous body. Now she's a skinny, lanky thing with her mole used to be on her lip. Now it's way up here. So she got Tom Cruise. She less attractive. You see what I'm saying? The less attractive.
You know what? I kind of like that new term. You got Tom Cruise. So when I see Wish, I'm gonna say, "Oh, you must have got Tom Cruise."
You got Tom Cruise. They used to be cool. Like again, a lot of these famous actors. They used to be Johnny Depp, for example, was cool machismo dude. Then he got Tom Cruise, and now he's got this weird fat face. It's all wrinkled and weird.
And you're ruining this for me too, by the way. He brought up John Wayne, which when I was a kid, that was super cool.
Wayne got Tom Cruise.
And he's got now a pink scarf, and he's got more of a girly swagger. It's just like, come on, stop it, Robert. I said, don't you ever mess with Clint Eastwood. And so I went online and I found this guy. That's where I used my Clint Eastwood clip in the video. And he has all these clips of Clint Eastwood movies. There are so many where he's super effeminate. I had no idea. And there's one where he's a singing cowboy, which I didn't remember. And it's just you son of a gun.
Oh, you're right. He did do a singing cowboy movie, right? Josie Wells? No, that wasn't.
No, not Josie Wells. Hell no.
No. What's
Honky Tonk Man? And I don't know what you're allowed to play on this show or not, but just the trailer for Honky Tonk Man. He basically has this kid that he takes along with him on the road who's like, I don't know, 10 or something. And like the trailer says, a boy becoming a man.
Oh, man.
Becoming a legend. It's just so bad. I was like, every freaking second it was on the screen.
Everything's creepy.
Okay, so is Bruce Willis a feminine now in Die Hard, Bob?
Well, yeah. Well, when I was in England,
fuck Bruce Willis. Fuck Bruce Willis. Mel Gibson as Mad Max. Is there a feminine thing in that?
Yeah, he feminized too. But I was a big. I'm gonna throw this in now. I'm a big 007 fan. He liked all the 007s.
Yeah.
And I remember being in England, and I remember M.A. and Scott Harrison were talking about him being him being feminine now. And I was like, what? Now this is their call. And I go, no. I went to go watch the early James Bonds. Oh yeah, they have the gun. They're like, I'm like, no, they look.
I know. Hey, don't do that, Bob. Don't do that.
I know, he ruins them all.
Hey, guys, we got the greatest people in the chat. Notice today that the white feather on Forrest Gump now has grayish stripes on top.
Oh shit!
Oh, wow. Let's see.
It's going gray. It's going gray.
That's not so I can't see.
Going for a sperm whale again.
Go for the sperm whale. Yeah, so we're gonna remember people get Tom Cruise over here, so you're gonna be careful in this timeline.
I don't know. Anybody see it? I can't see it in this copy. So
what is it?
I was looking for the feather in Forrest Gump, but it just looks like I can't see into the tape. I think you need a machine.
Yeah, no,
that's the feather he's talking about that's floating around in the beginning and the end, right?
I know what you mean. Yeah.
I think that's the feather he's talking about. The floating feather.
I'll look. You keep doing your
Bulger is Lucky Bulger. Was there anybody in your history that you thought was badass that has now become Tom Cruise? Do you know anybody in your little realm there?
What do you mean, Tom Cruise?
like a man that was considered a man, and now he becomes more of a lesser of a man.
A pansy, a soft.
This seems to be everywhere, pretty much. It seems to be an awful lot more obvious. But I don't know if that's because of social programming or what it is. Do you know the way it's promoted on television all the time and all of that? Yeah, it might be having an effect, but it does seem to be an awful lot more of the by film stars themselves being more feminine. You mean?
Yes.
Yes. There's the feather.
I can't think of any straight up, but a lot of them are fairly feminine, anyways. I suppose.
Yeah. I just see if you had any like me. I'm a John Wayne fan, man, and still my head stays WAIN, which is incorrect. Everybody already know that. It's a misremember. But he's wearing them scarves. And me and my dad used to watch John Wayne. He was badass. He had a bad back, so he always had a swagger, and he had that cool. But he got a pink bandana now, and he's got another one like a I think it used to be a paisley, which is the cowboy cool paisley, but now it's like his weird flowers. I don't know, it's like a pinky or a flowery. I'm like, what is? It's a woman's scarf. He's wearing a woman's scarf. Like, no, I don't remember that. And his shirts are more pinker. Shirts have really got pink. It used to be blood red, and now they have a pink hue to them. I go, no. And he lost his. He's got kind of a shovel now. He don't swagger. He got a shovel. He walked with a shovel.
Hey Bob, he's got a pretty good residue right there because he's saying that it's still total white on his DVD box, but in the picture like ceiling, you can see the grayness at the tips of it.
Here, I'll bring it back.
Your pictures.
Am I still sharing?
Yeah.
Okay.
Keep an eye on your pictures,
Look
guys.
right there. You can see it's more gray in the top part now.
Remember,
look at this. Here's a theme song piano cover, and they have it all white. But isn't that interesting? The actual movie, and I even checked because when it falls at his feet, it is. It's this color. Look at, see?
Oh shit!
So that's good catch.
Wow, what a catch, dude!
Okay, hey Bob, I got a question for you, Bob.
But did you guys see the other one? The where was it? The other guy we looked it up, John Wayne. We were just had that one up. This one.
Oh no.
So yeah, paisley colors, got some hot pink here.
So my question for Bob is, now you're seeing men becoming lesser than a man.
Yeah,
have you seen a lesser of a man actually becoming a man?
I'm not going to tell you if it's a good or bad thing. I can tell you that when I walk dogs in Manchester. And dudes are passing me by, I'm not feeling threatened. Let's put it this way: they're with their little snuggy pants down. The bottoms of their pants are snug, and grown men are walking around with sweatpants in England with snuggy bottoms, like what they call them, skinny jeans, but like skinny sweatpants. And I'm like, what are you? Grown men don't wear that. But I'm not.
The jeans falling off. The jeans falling off them. That fucking like they're a punk kind of thing. And
I see that. When he's talking about
what it means, you know. Huh.
Yeah, they have in our time they used to be baggy from the waist down. All the legs were baggy too, but now in this timeline they're snuggy legged up, and then the waist is sags. It literally sags their pants. So they snuggy jeans. What he's talking about is it's common for the young people to wear in England. It's snuggy it's tight all the way up, and then it sags at the waistline where it used the whole thing used to sell. These dudes would walk around, their whole pants would fall off. You see their fucking skin. A whole damn pants would fall off because it used to be my time a baggy all the way down with the pant leg all the way down, but now it's snuggied up to the crotch and then the waist is sags. And you can see their ass with
I'm sorry, Bob. Let me go back to my question. Okay, we all know Tom Hanks is a shell. He's a little pansy. But was there any movie that Tom Hanks actually was a man in? You can remember?
Oh, what about the man movie? Oh no, wait, that's Tom Cruise.
That's Tom Cruise. Tom Hanks has it now because even in the movie that World War II movie, Saving Private Ryan, he was kind of a wimpy guy in that. He wasn't like an action all guy. Has there ever been a movie where he was a man, or has he always been feminine in all his movies? I'm trying to remember.
Good question. I think the last part of Castaway, maybe the last 20 minutes of Castaway, he was more dudeish because he had a beard and long hair, but he looked numb in the role when he was playing because he was castaway on an island.
Well, he wouldn't put him as a Bruce Willis kind of action guy at that point. No, I don't think.
Yeah. Because even at the end of that movie, Tom Hanks, that he still went out to find his girl, kind of kiss him, so he kind of still a little wimped out a little bit.
Yeah,
it's true. He didn't even go home; he just left. Yeah.
But you guys saw my clip. I made a clip of the feminization. I made a clip. Richard, you saw it of Chuck Norris and Bruce Lee.
Oh, the one in the airport. Oh, that's it. I kind of wake up said the one in the airport. Yeah, he made that movie in the airport that was made by Steven Spielberg. Where he's in another country, but he got stuck and they wouldn't let him out because his country was under war. But he wasn't a man in that either, was he? He was kind of a wimp.
Oh, Terminal.
Terminal. That was called Terminal.
Shit, guys. Okay, not to change the subject. Good job, man. In Terminal, you guys want to go back and watch the first clip, like the first clip. You look up at the sign. You're gonna look at the sign where all the countries there, and look at the numbers. I'm just gonna say that. Look at the number sequence. Look at the number sequence when I'm a numbers weird guy now. God gave me the number thing, which makes me insane. But look at the number sequence in that first part of that movie, A Terminal. But yeah, he was feminized pretty much in that movie all the way through. Carpenter at one point, but had a little mess. I think would probably be the most masculine role he played. Yeah, I think.
Oh no, this one, Road to with the kid. That was technically based off a comic.
He played masculine in that one, but I haven't seen it lately though.
Yeah,
I guarantee you he feminized it. Everybody did. Everybody's feminized in these movies. I can't find one they're not.
I think the only movie I really enjoyed from him, I'll say I enjoy a movie from him, was Bachelor Party. That was because we're teenagers, all the dancing girls naked. You know, that's like the only movie I
actually like Joe versus the Volcano, and nobody even knows that movie at all.
I love it. Sorry, Brian, if you're watching, we all
liked his movies before we realized how horrible he is. So.
Give us a disclaimer. I liked his movies before I found out he was a fucking government shill. I didn't pushing in a fake agenda.
That's why they're so good at what they do. They hire good people, at least for that. That's why they have no money left for the ones when they do the fake shootings and stuff, and they hire Wayne Sexton 30 times.
They're running out of money to pay all these shooters and people being shot.
His old movie, The Man with One Red Shoe, Volunteers.
A
volunteer who's a rich asshole that the plane crash, I think.
You gotta remember, he was in Bosom Buddies.
And Money Pit. That's another great one.
Money Pit.
Show. But remember Bosom Buddies?
There was a heavy metal, 80s heavy metals band that played in that movie in two scenes because Tom Hanks' character, he was a manager for a band. You guys remember what that 80s band was?
Oh, yeah. It was like
anybody know that 80s band was who he managed in that movie Money Pit? Anybody in the chat? I'll give you a hint. There's a word there. It's just two words. The first word is white.
Power?
Nope. Not white power. White and an animal. Some animal.
White tiger?
No.
White lion?
White lion. White Lion was the band. White Lion was the band in that movie.
Oh, White Lion.
Like anybody cares.
Yeah.
See, we learned something. Hey, I don't know what we're allowed. I can mute it or whatever I'll play just a minute just to prove it.
I got demonetized anyway. It doesn't matter.
Okay, well, I put this little thing together. It's just a minute or so. I'll show you. How do I bring that
By the way, my subs were at almost 1,700, and now they're at 1,200 or 1,000. I've lost 600 or something. And I go to my algorithm, and it shows that I'm gaining 28 30 just this month. It shows a green solid with arrow going up. However, if you guys remembered my subs, that those that sub me remember my subs being around 1,700, and then now they're down at 1. It's a numerical number now. It comes out to 33.
Hey, Jim, no White Snake. I'm sorry, guys. I don't like White Snake. Don't make that name. Here I go again. I hate that song. I'm sorry. I hate that song.
Can you see
I don't
that?
like Airbender.
Am I sharing? I can't tell.
Yeah, I can see it.
I see the screen black.
Let me know if you hear audio. Can you hear it?
Yep.
Yes.
We're learning a lot about each other.
Is that a teddy bear?
That was a chicken.
Somebody's up on deck. I'll be back. I haven't seen the match yet. What the hell did I have to offer a kid? Just honky-tonks and flop houses. That's the life of a country singer. Awesome. Sound good to you? I cry when you're blue. Suddenly my words.
Whoa.
I do not remember this at all.
I don't remember that either. I saw this recently.
Well, you did.
Break out the books. Study your little ass.
Wow, that's a connection. That's a cool connection.
Watch this. Watch this.
She's interested.
Throw your arm around this honky tonk man.
Throw your arms
There's a musical with cowboys in it or something.
Watch this. Listen.
around this honky-tonk
Listen to this.
And Clint Eastwood is singing and everything.
Becoming a man. The man on his way to becoming a legend. Clint Eastwood in Honky Tonk Man. And introducing Kyle Eastwood as Clint.
So I don't know, guys.
Yeah.
That was on television here recently, and I watched it. I was like, I don't remember this at all. But I didn't think much of it. But I thought it was very strange. It was more funny for me than anything.
Yeah. And Paint Your Wagon, I remember that movie being out. I have not seen it, so obviously yes. But I'm just saying, like the whole pink shirt and the singing and that weird thing at the end where they go, a boy becoming a man and a man being a legend. It's just like, I don't know. It's just all weird to me now. Maybe it's just the way I hear it.
No, the red shirts have turned to pink.
Yeah.
I've noticed that the red shirts, these alpha male red shirts have all turned to pink. Pretty much all of freaking John Wayne's red, deep blood red, cowboy red.
What was that movie that he acted all weird and he fluttered his eyes like a woman in that clip? I don't recognize that either. Did you guys know that one?
No, I don't remember that. I don't remember that
one. That was when he was protecting the president at the end. But I don't remember him being like that. I don't. But there's that other one where he was like fluttering his eyes and saying some really bizarre things. I don't remember that one. Does anybody remember that one?
No. Lucky Bulger, I'm going to say hi to you.
Yeah. Hey. Go ahead. Make my day.
I'm learning. As an anthropologist, I have to learn to fit in with the locals. So those of you grown men, don't be upset. You guys might be Mandela affected like me and Lucky Bulger and Richard and Eric. So, but I'm local here, so we got to get along. So we're going to be waving to each other like this. Don't be offended. Don't be offended if I wave to you like this. It's local. It's local now. Lucky Bulger, are you upset when I wave at you like this?
Well, I don't see that too often anyway.
Hopefully not. That's just a weird way to wave to someone, period. Doesn't matter what your orientation is.
So, Bulger, if we go to Ireland, if you see us, we're going to be looking for you by you doing this symbol. So we know it's you, since I don't know what you look like.
Could you wear a scarf, though? Could you wear like a certain colored scarf and go like this? We'll recognize you. I was in Ireland, Lucky Bulger. I was in Ireland, man. I was all over Ireland. Holy shit. There is a heavy, I can't describe it, a mystical feeling in Ireland that I got it in England, not in the States, but I got it in England. A lot of spirits in England. When I went to Ireland, it's a different kind of
the history in Ireland, it goes back like 10,000 years, probably even a lot further back. So we do have a very long spiritual kind of thing in the country, It goes.
I feel it, man.
It just goes back. So when people come to the country, like the people that are in Ireland basically have been there for like at least 10,000 years, and it's pretty much the same people all the way through. But now we're sort of getting to that stage where there's 1 of 5 people pretty much that are coming in from 1 of 5 of our population now is foreign people. And it's becoming an issue, the same as you see when you went to England, where the locals are going to be bred out pretty much. And we have that 10,000 years gone back. And then these people turn up and they say instantly that they're Irish just because the government says that they're Irish, but they haven't got that connection. Which that's what you're kind of in touch with, I suppose. We do have a lot of ancient sites as well, and you were probably interested in the archaeology and all that.
You can feel them too. Well, people, in England, let me even tell you guys something important about Ireland and England. Okay, there's a big thing to understand. When I was running around all over England, and there's people in England that have the Mandela effect will confirm this, there are no roofs on the castles. Not all most of them don't have roofs, because if it has a roof on a castle,
they're all
you got to pay money to the Queen. You got to pay money to the Queen. But in Ireland, they've got roofs on their castles because They're EU. They're separate, and the EU is giving them money to restore their castles. They're getting money to restore their castles in Ireland. So when you go to Ireland, you see beautiful completed castles with roofs. I'm like, wow. They're like, and their sites are well taken care of, well preserved.
Yeah,
like,
but the EU are pretty much the EU are saying that we should be able to have like 60 million people living in Ireland. There's only 5 million here now, so the 60 million people won't be Irish, of course.
Yeah,
the Irish people will disappear.
Oh, it was.
They're trying to do that everywhere. Yeah.
Well, the roads were dead empty, guys. I mean, when you're driving, it felt like Corona, but it was no Corona at that time I was there. There was no Corona yet. The streets felt like a normal street. There was nobody on the roads. It's like,
there has been a depression in Ireland really for the last 10, 20 years anyways, you know?
Yeah.
So if you go through the country now, it does look like it's dead. Like we've been on lockdown pretty much for the last 3 months here.
Wow.
Yeah, I don't want to beat to death, Eric. I put this back up real quick because please someone in the chat tell me what movie this is from because I don't remember him ever talking like this. And then I'll stop beating up on Clint Eastwood because I did love him I still do his movies. Anyways, here you go. Listen. Oops. And I just ruined it. Where'd it go?
I didn't touch it. But while you get it back, hey Bob, do you remember this? This is a good question because I own Army of Darkness. You know, I love that movie. He said, I don't remember Ash's girlfriend that turned surviving at the end. Just wondering if you all do or I just remember myself. I just remember seeing the movie. He's back in that Walmart store or that whatever he calls it. And he does the shotgun and he's a badass. But I don't remember no girlfriend with him at the end of that movie.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
No, he goes back to the retail store or whatever, the hardware store or whatever. And he's like,
yeah, whatever it's
now
called.
He's like, cashier. It's been so long since I said that. Good. I have to check it. I have to see it. I have to go back and see it.
Yeah, I own that movie, so yeah, I can check it out.
Yeah, okay. Love that movie though. I don't. People hated it. I liked it.
So let's see if anybody remembers this. Like, what was that? If I could get a strong man to help me, I could make some other kind of fugitive, and he blinks his eyes like that.
But you see how fast he blinks his eyes? Holy shit!
It's like a reptilian.
He batted his eyes, guys, like a girl.
That's what I'm saying.
It's like those reptilian
no.
eyes reaching out.
It's like he's possessed or he's taking a download.
He batted his eyes like a woman.
So
you know those reptilian videos.
I'm sorry if I'm beating up on him, but what the heck, man? What movie? Someone in the chat, tell me where the hell that's from, because that's weird.
I'm gonna try it. At the same time, can you guys bat your eyes and then say hello?
Oh yeah, do the finger too. It'll be our own personal little secret.
This whole place, man. They're
ruining all our movies. They're just ruining them.
No, I don't know if I want to eat this on camera.
No, I wonder if
make
Tom
eye
Hanks,
contact with me, Robert, when you eat that.
but I wonder if Tom Hanks is going to be a badass in his new movie Greyhound.
Probably, because everything's switching around. Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course, that movie's going straight to Apple TV, I believe.
Oh wow. And
are movie theaters even open anymore? Is that even going to be a thing? I don't even...
June. Okay. AMC is supposed to be July 15th. All the Regals are supposed to be July 11th. So they're supposed to reopen in July.
Sorry, your brother.
But you don't know. But that might change because
you brought that shit up.
Have you noticed
because remember, in the state of Washington, as of today, you're supposed to have to wear a mask when you leave
have
your
one.
house.
That's what I'm gonna wear. My mask. See? There we go. I ain't fucking wearing a mask. Are you kidding? I wouldn't put a muzzle on my dog. I won't put one on me. We're not doing it. You know, and I might not have the giant balls of Brian Staveley. If I need to, I'll use that little medical thing because they won't ask you. I've done it before. You just show them that. They say, do you have a medical condition? I say yes, and then they'll let you in. Because my medical condition is It's not healthy to do this.
It's making you sick.
But they won't ask you. They won't.
You're breathing in you're losing oxygen. We don't have enough oxygen as it is, and you're not breathing at all.
And now people are getting staph infections from wearing them. And now the newest thing that all the normies are doing, someone sent it out and it's being shared and shared and shared. It's like, well, surgeons wear masks for 7 to 8 hours a day, so you're an idiot because you're not a doctor. You know, that's why I interviewed a doctor on my show last night. We should have him on here if you want.
Have you noticed the carbon dioxide change?
What's that?
Have you noticed the carbon dioxide change?
Yeah.
Wow.
For me, we used to have like 70% hydrogen. As I don't know if you were ever really into that kind of stuff, but the carbon dioxide was 16% for my reality. That's what I remember. It's 0.04% now.
And it's a huge difference. With water in your body. We remember it higher, like 90%.
90. I remember 90%.
Yeah, now it's down to 80. So we take
I didn't know that. I didn't know this. Bring this up.
You never noticed the carbon dioxide one. 0.04% is all it is.
They're not the smart ones. It's me.
Yeah. Well, we actually have too little. It's actually too little carbon dioxide for the trees, as far as I can see.
Now, Bob, you and I did a video a long time ago about the body temperature has changed. I can't remember what the numbers were, but we did a video about the body temperature.
Wait, I remember 98.6. Is that wrong?
98.6. Yeah.
God, I gotta find that video. Cause it's on the cover of the title. What the new one is.
You go above that and you're burning up. You go below. Yeah. My problem is I'm scared of the machines, those hot machines, because I always ran hot. I run hot naturally. I run hot all the time.
It's 98.
Well, you do have a big asshole.
I do. It's large. Boboto monkey large.
So a lot of heat probably is releasing from it.
A lot of releasing heat from that rectum. I run hot, but I'm always afraid I'm gonna get checked at the airport when they do those things, man, because I'm like, shit. I used to run fucking hot. It's triggering them things all the time. Like, oh, I'm not sick.
Yeah, and how about sitting on a plane and you're all getting heated up and you're not? Yeah, and then you're gonna get tested. Yeah, good luck.
Oh. When I was even told when I went to England, when I was going to the a doctor took me to the airport. Lucky, she goes, when you get there, make sure you calm down, cool down in a corner somewhere, because
He's about to say something really important.
No. Oh, there it is. The body temperature has changed from 98.6 to 97.5.
No, I just looked up. It still says 98.6.
When me Bob did the video, we actually had footage, we had on the video that it changed. Wow, it changed.
Oh,
back.
maybe it flip flop. That could be. I wasn't aware of it. What about you, Robert? Oh, he's not talking to me. I guess he's mad at me. I keep calling Robert. His name is Ted. That's what he's saying right now. My name is Ted.
I have a fairly recent one with the black holes as well.
Oh, tell me about that one.
I'm glitching in and out, guys. That's why I haven't been talking.
That's okay. We want to hear about
what was the question?
No. Well, Sunny Fat Man looked it up. It's still 98.5. But when you and I did that video, we had articles that said it went from 98.5 to 97.5.
Huh.
Now it's back.
No, I don't remember. Yeah. I don't want to misremember on that.
You have.
I don't know.
Is it still there?
It's still there. I'll have to watch it later. I'm about to look in. I still have the video up on my channel. It's called 98.5 to 97.5.
Sounds like a radio. Hey, that's my joke.
It's like a radio station. I stole it.
Body temperature has changed from 98.6 to 97.5. That's the title of that show. We did this 5 months ago.
Okay. I have a question for Lucky Bulger. Actually, I want to ask him a question about the English border. The English border, the northern part of Ireland. I remember the border, it was much lower than that. It was much larger. Do you remember it being that small? Or you remember getting smaller? What do you remember about the border for the Ireland, separating the English portion to the Irish portion?
Well, as far as we're concerned, it doesn't really exist at all. It never. But as far as the border goes, usually when you're still living in a country, if the things change, you don't really notice them. It's pretty much what I seem to see. But as far as we're concerned, that border never really existed. It's a 32 county Ireland kind of thing.
Okay.
But it does exist. But we had Donegal up there in the northwest.
Okay.
And then you had the 6 counties in the north. But it looks the same still to me. But quite often I've asked other people where I've seen changes, like New Zealand. They don't notice them when they're actually living there.
Yeah, that's what I was saying. And that you kind of debunked it where, again, if one map could have it larger, another map could have it smaller because, it probably floats. It probably naturally floats.
That lake you were talking about earlier on, I remember that being there all my life, whereas you don't remember it. It's called Loch Ness. It's the biggest lake in the country. Whereas I do remember that, whereas you don't.
System failure from Ireland. System failure, which we all know has the Mandela effect.
Yeah, I know him as well.
Also, some of the English people that I'm hanging out with, they don't remember it, and I don't remember it. But then again, these English people were raised with these canal systems that I don't remember. So everybody's got something.
System failure. Does he remember it? Does he?
Yeah, he remembers it too. Yes, he remembers it.
I'm gonna ask a question, Lucky. System Failure is an awesome guy. We love him. He's on our show. I support his channel. He supports our channel. But the man talks like he's on cocaine 24 hours a day. You talk nice and slower. Is it where you're from, Ireland, or just people from Ireland just talk that quick?
I used to be an alcoholic and taking cocaine and all of that stuff, but I gave it up. I gave up alcohol about 10 years ago. I gave up the cocaine probably about 5 years ago. But I think System Failure is still doing it. I don't know him personally, but I've been on his show as well. I did about an hour of that on his show before.
Oh God!
Just for the record, so nobody's gonna grab this clip and say that we're saying he's doing anything. He's just a bolt of energy all the time. We don't know.
He seems that way.
And it's the same as that's all it is. I don't know what he's doing, but I don't
know. I don't know how he's doing either. It seems that way,
It depends on when you talk to him. Hold on.
So this is a map from the 20s. If it's focusing, does this look more like what you're saying, or has it changed too? Because I wouldn't know.
See the northwest. There's a county on its own that's not in the north of Ireland. That was always there in Donegal. And then
you're talking. I'm trying to get my fingers in here. Am I here? Around here?
Yeah, that's up in the northwest. You see that whole area there? That's still part of the south of Ireland.
Yeah.
It's called Donegal. Whereas the actual border goes around that county, and then there's 6 counties. So that part in the northwest is still part of the south.
Because the border goes around the lake, guys. It goes around the lake now. And the funny thing is that
that's the biggest lake in the.
So does this look change to you? Is that what you're saying?
No, it looks the same to me. As far as I'm concerned.
What you remember it used to be is what I'm saying. Is this the new version, or did my map stay the same?
That still looks pretty much the same. It's still got 6 counties in the north there.
Because the reason I'm asking is this book actually it's one of the few places I can actually still see the North Pole exists.
Oh, it's in it.
Book still.
Arctica, you mean? Does it say Arctica, does it? On the map. It says North Pole.
It says North Pole.
And it actually has some towns named in it too.
Now, this is what I remember. Canada, the upper part of Canada it was a tundra, then it went into snow. So I don't remember no ocean. There's no ocean.
But look how high Greenland is too. I thought that was a little lower.
It was. It's small. It was little.
But this has moved, the south, north, south, but the pole's still there. So
I do have a political question for good old Lucky. Now, Lucky, I need you to be flat out honest with us. I look over the centuries and I always see Britain always try to take over Scotland and Ireland. Like you gotta swear to our king and queen,
we won't do that.
How do you feel about that? Do you feel like the Britain is too much and we need to attack Britain? Are they the empire of the world?
Well, we don't. We'd never. That's a big thing for the Irish fellas is we don't ever bow down to the Queen under any circumstances, and that's why all of this stuff that's going on, where people are getting down on their knees and all of that, is totally sick as far as we're concerned, because you don't bow down to anyone, no matter who it is, even if it's the Queen or the King or the President or anything like that. It's just a cultural thing. You just don't do it.
I love you, buddy. That's the answer I was looking for.
I know they had the same thing in America where people were getting down on their knees and for the national anthems or not. I can't, what was it that was going on there?
Black Lives Matter during the NFL. That a lot of them who are against what America has done. They would get on their knees during the national anthem, where you're supposed to stand with your hat off, with your hand over your heart.
Yeah, and now they're doing it here where they're all getting down on their knees as well. And we didn't even have that stuff happening here. It only happened in America. Like, you're hardly in that autonomous zone. I seen something about Seattle on the news.
Yeah.
What's going on there? Like,
well, it's hard to explain that our governor, not governor, our mayor of Seattle, she decided that, well, since they're on this area, we're going to let them have it. We're going to move the cops out. We'll keep all the protesters in one area. So they're allowed. And listen, over the weekend, there's actually a shooting. Somebody got shot downtown, and the cops ain't going there. Nobody's going there. The policeman ain't going there.
Just let them do it.
And I told Bob that the mayor of Seattle should be arrested, because anybody gets shot or shot at, and she removed the cops from that block, she should be put in jail, because she just put people's lives in danger. Well, and there's going to be a lawsuit because the people who own stores around there are losing money because people are afraid to go down there now because of the stuff that's going on. And this is the mayor's fault. She did this. She allowed this.
I'm not buying it, though.
We all aren't all up in arms, but the police, cops. But you still got to have them, because if you don't have police, you're going to have a chaotic world, because you guys seen it. People don't know how to handle themselves. People are dumb. They're stupid. They actually need people to tell them to do something. I hate to say it. Not us. We can live on our own.
I'm a king, though. I'm a king. I'm going to be the king of Wales. I'm actually going to be the king of England. Lucky Bulger, I'm going to be the king of England, man. But you guys are cool. You guys can stay sovereign. I'm not going to fuck with you guys. Is that okay with you?
There's nothing left in Ireland anyway. It's fairly fucked.
In fact, I want to go live in Ireland. I know where I want to live in Ireland. There's a spot I found. I want to live it. So if I'm a king of England, I'm going to go live in Ireland, though. I love fucking Ireland, guys.
The king and queen are always coming over here. Do you know the king and queen, they love coming over to Ireland all the time, as much as they can. For some reason, they like coming over here as well.
It's because it's the spiritual stuff. I'm a conduit, man. I'm an O negative, and I went to fucking Ireland, dude. I'm not bragging, but that's just what it is. I'm copper. Holy shit.
There isn't too many places that I'd rather go, you see. If I wanted to emigrate somewhere now, there's nowhere really better for me to go than Ireland. One time we used to always want to go to America, whereas now America seems to have kind of gone into a kind of a recession thing and never came out of it. And people don't really want to go there as much as they used to. It's not as a, what would you call it, an attractive destination to go as it used to be. Like, you probably heard that from people when you were in England as well.
Yeah. That's why I can't wait to get back to England and get back to England, including Scotland. Put it this way, Scotland and Ireland. I can't. It's breathtaking. I can't get enough of that fucking feeling, especially in Ireland.
Here either, you see, but there's nowhere else better to go.
Yeah, that's right. I couldn't sleep, dude. I've had insomnia since this goddamn effect started around 16 for me. I've had insomnia. I could hardly sleep all the time. I have to. Shit, man, it's hard. I have to take CBD to go to sleep. In England, no matter if day or not, I always have to have. In Ireland, I slept. No matter where I went. I woke up. Oh my God! I think I've got 8 hours of sleep. It's impossible. Everywhere in Ireland, I want to sleep on the grass.
The big thing in Ireland, if you go to Ireland and you're drinking, you should go to the pubs, like, because that's where all the best crack really is, as in having fun. It's not smoking crack. I mean, having fun and that kind of shit.
Yeah.
You go to the pubs. That's where you're going to. That's where people socialize. Everything is done in the pubs. It still is that way. Like, although they're pretty much kind of shutting that down as well.
Yeah, I read a story on that they want to get the pubs to where you have to buy $9 worth of food. You can only stay like a little over an hour. You have to stay 6 feet apart, and you have to fill out all this information as who you are when you go in. And it's like, do they even know what a pub is? You want to be named, you want to be able to talk to people, and you don't want to have to eat because maybe you want to pound a few drinks.
People won't follow those rules, though. They won't. People will just go into the pubs. No one will follow that rule at all.
Good. They're just trying to squash small business, just like here in America.
Yeah, that's exactly what it is, really.
You should. I know we're new. I just met you, but I have a channel, Ceiling Fan Man. I did a video like last week called Chaz Edition, and that might give you a little catch up as to what's happening in my wonderful city out here in Seattle.
Yeah, you did a whole thing on it.
It looks like they're just letting them dig a hole for themselves until they start fighting each other. You know, they'll end up fighting each other.
The people that are left, it's not even protesters. It's people that just want to be there and just like a big commune and hippie, and we're taking over fight the system. But it's also mostly homeless people and drug addicts who were already there on the streets, but now they can just be out in the open and just get completely naked and like do weird stuff. I mean, it's really a fun place to be. You should go on a vacation there. They're growing things. They literally took a park and dumped dirt on it and then stuck a few plants, and you can see them just sitting there going, God, this is taking forever. I mean, it's just like they have a list of things that they want for their autonomous society where they don't need anything or anyone but these things that they'd like mom to bring us. It's a good video I made about it, but it's real fascinating things going on.
A lot of places there's an awful lot of cities that are turning into shitholes, basically, isn't it? It's the same in Ireland. I mean, there's a lot of cities that I don't even want to go to anymore because they've literally turned into shitholes.
Yeah.
That's part of the plan. Whoever's running it, that's what they want, so that we blow up so big that they bring a martial law officially and shut it down. That's what they're trying.
That's fake.
Well, yeah, they'll have to do that, you see. Yeah.
I gotta show a picture because in my mind I was wondering, what does Bob look like in a kilt?
I look cool.
Nice. I actually have that picture in my bedroom.
I look cool in a kilt. I got a kilt.
Do you really got one? Do you wear it?
Yeah, well, I have it in England. It's still there. Yeah, I have a kilt. I pull it off, man. I can pull it off. I walk around in England. They don't even know I'm American.
Now, is the kilt a Scotland thing and an Ireland thing, or is it just Scotland?
I know it's both, right? Bulger, is it? They have kilts in Ireland, correct?
Not really. Some people, it is there, but not really. It's more of a Scottish thing.
Okay.
Yeah.
We're Americans, so we're asking you. I wear one. It looks cool.
There is kilts, all right, but it's not that common, you know.
Yeah. I know. I saw tight sweatpants and sagged at the ass.
Yeah,
that's what I saw in your towns. I saw
the tracksuits. The tracksuits. Did you see all the tracksuits?
Bob, I would love if you know how to play that instrument right there. That'd be awesome.
Bagpipes. They played bagpipes on my ship on the USS Blue Ridge LCC-19. The ship surgeon wore a kilt, and he had a Navy authorized United States Navy kilt, and he wore an authorized suit, an outfit, a white shirt. Anyway, he had a military Navy uniform with kilt, United States Navy, and he had bagpipes. And he'd go on the bow, and we'd pull in our ship would come in, and he'd be playing bagpipes.
I love this. It's weird how dudes with beards can pull off a kilt better than dudes shaved faces.
Yeah, 100% right. You're absolutely right. That is a weird thing. Maybe it's something with the world we're in because everything's backwards.
In this world, especially in this world, because you see guys that are shaving with a kilt. The next thing you know, they're going like this.
Don't pull off.
Don't forget the eye flutter.
I gotta bat my eyes.
You gotta bat your eyes when you do that, man. Do you think she'll turn around and like me? She did.
You
Bob,
like my
you can
kilt?
walk around Scotland and do that, wearing that kilt. Do your
Yeah, I don't think you could do the hand wave doing that and still. Do you think?
Well, I don't know, dude. Look where we're at. The red lights on top.
That's true. That's
Hey,
true.
what's that? Listen, Ocean Girl says I seen Bob in a kilt on one of his live stream ages ago. Oh shit!
Yeah,
And immediately blind you. That's awesome.
yeah. I wore a kilt on a couple of my shows. I was shooting a bow and arrow in my backyard before I lost the house and wearing my kilt and everything. I look natural.
Nice. That's awesome.
I love it. It feels
Braveheart wear a kilt. That's his most manly movie. We were saying.
Oh.
Braveheart. Yep.
He's wearing a dress. Getting there.
Yeah, everyone's like, you wearing a kilt. I like the full one. I like to lay it out, the tartan, lay it out. I know how to fold it now. I know how to do the folds. You put the tartan out, you get on your knees, you got to do a fold, put in, lay it down, cross one over, do your belt, tighten your belt up, jump up. You got your sagging in the back. So you pick up the back end, pull it up and over, pull this other piece over, you tie it off here, or you have a little clip for it. I know how to do the whole thing. It feels great too. I feel really good. I wouldn't mind walking around with a kilt every day. I'd be fine.
I wonder what he means, Robert. I visited around 1971. I felt uneasy there. Somehow, Spidey senses and all.
No, that was the Riffenol that he gave you. That's the Riffenol.
Oh, okay.
Right? Ireland, man, is got this.
Real men wear pants.
Hey. I like kilts.
We got the greatest chat, don't we? Love it.
But Ireland felt God. Oh, dude. Oh, yeah. Lucky Bulger. So I remember.
Oh yeah, how's it going?
This is badass. So there's some bridges. I learned this. There's some bridges, and they're rocky. They're made of rock bridges, right? Old rock bridges. And underneath a lot of these bridges, they have sweat lodges from the day, from way back in the day. So underneath, they would have the bridge, and little openings, like the troll under the bridge, And I can imagine all these guys in this freaking, or whatever, children or people or fucking adult, who fucking knows? They're all sweat lodging this thing. I can imagine them coming out of it underneath, steam coming out of this underneath the bridge. I can imagine all these people coming out from the sweat lodge and somebody walking on the bridge. It looked like a bunch of crazy trolls coming out. I can see where the trolls come from.
That's funny.
You just see the steam coming out of the bottom of the bridge and people coming out naked, it'd be like, whoa. It's like, well, that's crazy. So yeah, a lot of sweat lodges underneath the bridges. Didn't know that. So I got there. I filmed it. No, I filmed it, guys. I have it on I have a Irish. I filmed all of Ireland. I filmed the sweat lodge underneath the.
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, I was like,
Irish don't wear skirts.
I go, well, this must be where the scary trolls come from, because if I was the regular person walking by and I see these crazy bastards coming out of the steam lodge, you wouldn't know it was there. You'd be, what the fuck are they coming out covered in steam? You'd run. I'd run.
I got two questions for Lucky. One,
Okay.
you are wearing a hat, right? Just so
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
good. Okay, second, you were going to talk about black holes, because I'd like to hear you said something changed on them, and I was fascinated with black holes. I watched that TV in
I thought it was fitting in with the conversation from earlier on, anyways. The black hole thing. But yeah, did you know the black holes? For me, we only ever had them in the center of a galaxy. Now you get millions. You actually get millions of black holes now, all over one galaxy. This is totally new.
I didn't know that.
It's only new in the last couple of months for me, but it's been around all the time here on this reality.
Yeah, the black hole was the center of it, and then we'll all go into it. Yeah.
Yeah, but for me,
You never used to be like that. I don't remember.
all these little small extra black holes, for us, they wouldn't have been called black holes. They were just dead stars. And but now they call all of them black holes.
Yeah, all of a sudden there's a fucking black hole everywhere you look. There's you go into space or into the water, wherever you want to call it, you're going to trip over a black hole. I'm like, God damn, how many black holes we got now?
Well, Bugs Bunny got a ton. Remember, Bugs Bunny used to carry him with him. He could throw them on things and jump into it and disappear. So we've had it in our existence for a long time.
Well, they have the Kepler. Okay, guys. Disclaimer. Go along with me. The Kepler telescope, the Kepler scope up there. And in my time working at the Museum of Flight, it was all over. We talked about it. It was the Kepler telescope or the scope or whatever in space broke. Okay, that was the word. Believe it or not, I don't give a fuck. Whatever the word is, if it was real or not, it was broke, and that's it broke. It can't take any more pictures. And this was years back. All of a sudden, it's kicking ass. It's taking all kinds of pictures of all kinds of black holes. I'm like, no. I don't believe it to begin with, but it was broken. It was reported as broken. How did somebody go up there? Nobody fixing shit up there. No. There's nobody up there doing anything. But no. So all of a sudden, this thing is bringing in all these black hole pictures. From where? From what? It was broken. Wait, what? Again, like hundreds of black holes.
Sent up a few new ones as well. To send up a few new probes or however they're called up. I don't know what their names is now. But yeah, it's interesting. A lot of this stuff. Another thing is stars disappearing. You look at old star maps. They actually have pictures from old star maps. And if you look at one from 1950 and then you look at one now, some of the stars are actually missing that used to be on the maps in the 1950s. And it's actually showing up in this reality. It's showing up for a real scientist. So it is Mandela effect stuff.
Yeah, no, you're right. You're right.
You spend more time to be looking into these kind of things, whereas other people look into other kind of Mandela effects. So a lot of people don't really be interested in this side of it.
No
one ever seems to be interested in it.
You're good. Yeah. We like everything. I like that's why we have a blend here. Everything's on the table for a change. Like you said, the astrology, all of astrology, we'll use it as a star map, or for the flat earthers, it's a star map. We'll call it a star map. But the star map has changed, completely changed. The astrology is completely changed. The astrology symbols have changed. Anything to do with. And what I saw, the theme I saw was aquatic.
Yeah, because Capricorn's now a goatfish.
Everything with aquatic.
Yeah.
Everything with aquatic. Anything, what it's telling me is anything out there is water of what it is. It's telling me it's water. It's telling me it's water because it's aquatic.
Hint, right.
It's a hint. Water, air, all aquatic. So it's telling me, it's saying to us, the astrology here, it's water. Yeah. It could be space. Now remember, there can be space, guys. It just means you're going into water.
Yeah, it's more liquid. It's a liquid space.
Yeah. And you look down.
Black hole.
Yeah, that's funny. But you look down at the water, it's blue. When you look up at the sky, well, mostly it's blue. So, water's above as below. Yeah, okay.
I'll call it water. I don't call it.
In the Bible now. It actually says that in the Bible about the water is below and the water is above. That's new for me. I was really thinking about that kind of stuff.
Oh, wow.
The empty space really is more of a liquid. I've been thinking about that kind of stuff as well.
Yeah, I was in the Navy. I can see it more as if it exists. People, there's got to be something there. I'm seeing it as water. I don't see the spaceships. I see them as submarines going up there.
Well, when I watch stars, I have a telescope, and when I film it and stuff, they dance around like you would see a light in a pool. It looks the same.
Like in water.
If it's water behind it, that makes sense to me. And I don't know if you've noticed this, Lucky, but a lot of people I've been talking to, the stars all seem closer. Everything is closer. And
Orion spouts. Orion spouts. Everybody knows that one. That looks like it's like we're so much closer in perception. It's this because we've literally moved position in the galaxy anyway.
Well,
so it makes sense.
Without my glasses, I really can't see much. I can't even see your face right now, Lucky, because I'm not wearing them. But without them, I can see Sirius, and I can see shapes and colors, which I could never do without my glasses. I mean, without binoculars, you couldn't see stars, and now I can see things with my naked eye. Just, I think everything is closer.
It does seem an awful lot closer.
Yeah.
I couldn't even find Orion when I looked at the start because it looks so much closer that I thought that can't be it. It's like 3 or 4 times closer than it used to be. It used to look like just 3 little dots in the distance. Now it's really close, like.
I want to ask.
It's unrecognizable.
I want to ask Lucky and Bob. Okay, Mandela effect. We talked about the skies, the boats, underneath the ocean. Now we don't talk a lot inside the ocean. Is there a major Mandela effect that you know of that's inside the ocean, beneath it? I know we know what land changes has changing, but what about the ocean? Do we know of any?
I know one.
You know the Atlantic, North and South Atlantic, because South America seems so much closer to Africa. North and South Atlantic has been divided, and it used to be just the Atlantic, and it used to be a lot bigger, the Atlantic as well.
Yeah,
and it does seem to be. I still think that South America is still moving towards Africa. And it seems to be closing in, like.
Yeah,
all the pyramids that have appeared underwater. I don't remember that. All of a sudden, pyramids all over the damn world. I remembered 3 in Egypt, not near a town. Now there's like 6. They're right next to a city, and they're all over underwater too. And
there's one stage there where the Pacific seemed to take over half of the planet as well, whereas it doesn't seem to be taking up as much of it anymore as. I have a globe here myself, and at one stage it did seem to be pretty much half of the planet, but it is taking up a huge amount compared to how I used to remember it anyways.
Yeah. Also, a lot of, speaking of water, in my observation from my research from being overseas and doing the foot research, canal systems, lakes like a motherfucker, canal systems like a motherfucker that were never canal systems all over.
Changes on islands. You know, the changes on the islands are quite easy to notice, and you can actually see a Fibonacci sequence in the changes, so you can nearly predict where the changes are going to happen on the land masses.
Really?
Because, yeah.
What about this comment right here? There's now deep water currents, like separate bodies of water they can't enter.
Oh, yeah. Well, I remember going down to Australia when it used to be down under for reals, though, and you had those underwater currents. Again, I use Finding Nemo as an example of the turtle that was in the currents. I remember those really strong currents. I remember it was. I don't know what they have now because Australia is so far up in the fucking into Asia. But when we were on our way down there, we even hit our ship. I thought the ship got a freaking torpedo hit to it at one time when it made a big boom because of the underwater currents. Oh yeah. See, look, if you tilt it a little bit more, you'll notice that South America is closer to the Antarctica. Yeah, this one's like it looks like a little bit like Australia. It's a little bit anyway. It's not around, so it's not correct anyway. So yeah, it's I don't know what to say about it. Anyway,
tell me about that Fibonacci pattern. Where are you saying?
Yeah, I want to see that.
I'm fascinated with that theory.
Yeah, the Fibonacci thing. Some of the islands. If you go to Fiji, and actually look at it on the map there. You'll actually see it's like a spiral in the way that the island is. You'll see arms on it, and I never used to see things like that. You notice it quite a lot on the different Bible or the different atlas.
Get my map.
Everyone, get out your maps and your globes. Talk amongst yourselves.
I can get my own globe thing here as well.
We're going to Fiji, everyone.
Yeah, Fiji is very noticeable. It's an obvious one to look at.
Sure. Except for Americans, we don't know our geography at all. Like, no, it's never been a strong point for Americans.
Bob's in this room. I better get out my sword.
Oh, we're doing weapons already?
Shit. Well, Bob's in this room. I don't know what he's in here for.
Okay, Lucky, get your weapon. With a name like Lucky Bulger, I know you got some kind of weapon for sure.
I used to be in the military, so I'd be familiar enough with weapons.
Good, because none of us are.
He's a vet. I knew he was a vet.
Let's see how this map is. Is this what we're talking about? Am I close here?
Yeah, I'm looking here now. I'm trying to find Fiji myself.
Am I in the right vicinity?
It's in the Pacific. Pacific, yeah, you won't see it too clearly on that now, I don't think.
So it's down here. There they are.
That's it there, yeah. Can you see the kind of spiral shape?
Yeah. Around it, like a Milky Way kind of thing, yeah.
Yeah, but that's... You see, if you start looking at these things, you actually will start to see that. That one's quite obvious.
Okay.
That's interesting shit. So you're seeing patterns. You actually see. I believe it, man. I'm not gonna say you're not. Everything's like that. Everything's a message now. Everything.
I have my Glock and
Texas. You know Texas Danny. Do you know him at all, or do you ever see any of his videos or anything like that?
Look at this one.
He talks about this quite a lot.
How's that?
You know Texas Danny, Robert.
Can you see
Oh,
that?
yeah. Yeah.
Texas Danny's been on the show several times.
All right.
Danny, he's another.
You see that one?
He's
Like
another shifty guy. He knows about the land masses moving a lot. He's watching them like that's his thing.
This is what he does. He watches these, but I kind of see it as well. I see similar. So he's pretty much saying you can see these patterns. Same as the Fibonacci. Do you know the way the whole thing is supposed to be set in a Fibonacci sequence from as above, so below kind of thing. And if you look at the design, it makes sense that you actually should see it in the design of the planet as well.
Wow.
So yeah, it is interesting. I was kind of amazed when I started to see it as well. There's another area where you see it up around Vietnam. If you look at Vietnam there, you can see it quite clearly in at the Gulf of Tonkin and around that area.
Wow.
It does actually stick out on the islands. It does for me anyway, whereas other people would see it pretty much everywhere. And I don't look at it too often. I only check it out every now and again.
Now, let me ask you, beyond land and shifting and all that, what other kind of Mandela effects that you're into? Is there? Do you care about movies, Mandela effects, or anything else?
Yeah, I do see those ones, but I'm more inclined to kind of, when I wrote down my list, I realized I'm more inclined to kind of stick with more scientific ones, where I can actually pick up actual scientific information about the ones I'm seeing. So in some way, I can kind of prove it.
Here's a question that Bob usually always asks every person that comes on that's never been on here before, like the very first, like this is the very first time with us. So we are going to ask you this question. It's the same question we ask any new person on this show. Have you ever played the game chess?
Yes.
Oh, good. I thought you were going to ask the other.
Okay.
Bob, what you want to ask him?
You ask.
What do you checkmate? The queen or the king? What do you remember?
I know what Robert says, but for me, it's the king.
Ah.
No, there is I don't know if you care about music or not, but there is a song by Red Hot Chili Peppers that's written in the song about checkmating the queen.
Shit. You were the majority. You're the majority of the Mandela effect. The people with the effect, 100,000% proven, pure, true. They have the effect. Remember the king. So the majority do. I'm in the minority.
I do remember Robert saying that he remembers the queen, but I remember when he was saying it before. I was saying to myself, well, I remember the king, but that's the thing. Everybody doesn't have the same ones. You could have nearly all the same Mandela effects, and then you'll find there's one or two things that are different.
Yeah,
And I always add that they say God save the queen. They don't ever talk about the king. So that's another thing that maybe adds a little to it. I don't know.
Yeah.
Do they still did they say God save the queen in this timeline? Do they still say that? I wonder. I don't know if they say that. Did they ever say that?
I never thought about it.
Maybe
that way before.
I don't know.
Well, do they ever say God save the king? I think they only hear God save the queen, which is kind of weird thing. Maybe that's just since this new feminism of maybe it's what do you call it? Tom Cruise. Maybe they Tom Cruise the King of England.
They Tom Cruise it.
Flat
Maybe
card
Tom Cruise
music
it.
from
England.
here. The chess thing again. But
I have to.
flat card. We always have to ask the same question with the brand new guest.
I have to ask
And you know what?
So
It's
I
either
don't.
that or the a-hole conversation. I'd much rather have the
You
chess.
guys want to talk about rectums? We could go. We could do rectums, guys, or we could do queen or king on chess. What do you guys choose in the timeline?
I'd rather
I think everyone's tired of the rectum.
Look,
They
look,
wanna
right
hear
here, right here. One person, Joanne Torres. I remember the Queen. See?
Torres.
Hey, Bob,
Okay.
that's a T-shirt. What do you remember checkmating? The Queen.
Who do you remember checkmating the king or the queen? That's a T-shirt waiting to happen. But you know what? Nobody will buy my shirt because they'll be like, I remember the king. Well, I'll just put both of them up. Now, I also remember, Richard, we had to argue a bit about the crown was, oh God, the queen had the cross. She had the bigger cross. She had a cross, and then the king was shorter than the queen.
I
And he
grabbed
had
my
the crown.
out of Santa's bag, and the king has the cross, and the queen has a crown now.
I remember
Switch.
Freddie Mercury.
It switched. It switched for me. So the queen always was the bigger one with the cross and the tall crown, and the king was shorter than the queen and had just a crown.
Now he wrote Queen's most powerful on board. If you get the Queen, you win almost always. That's what the Chili song says.
See, it's so goddamn borderline. He's right. He's not full of shit. The guy does his research, guys. So if he puts something on there, it has to make me think. God,
Stop confusing me, Eric. I like that one.
Look,
remember, I think the wrong thing first.
King. See?
What? God save
He wrote God save the Queen.
Queen,
Long live
the king. I remember that. That's correct. I don't think it's changed. Maybe that's the same then. That part's the same. Yeah. Okay. So that cross is the queen to me. I see this. If you just hand that to me and say point out the queen, I'd point out the one with the cross on top. That's the one. That's the queen. In my head, 100%, it is the queen. The one with the cross on top. You're telling me that's the king? Are you telling me that's?
You hired me to throw my props.
To me, that's the green light on top, man. The green light on top was always on top, and that queen had that fucking cross on top. It was the biggest.
I will search Google right now on that.
And check it with Snopes. Double check it with Snopes, and then you'll have.
Lucky Bulger. No, I don't know. This is a
Three
controversial
times
question.
it appears. Don't do that.
I'm excited. Irish are a lot of them were Catholic. They're Catholic in Ireland. Pretty strong.
I'm pretty much a Catholic as well.
Okay, so do you are the Irish seeing the difference in the book? The book is changing. The Bible's changing. It's the lion, not the lion anymore. It's now the wolf with the lamb.
Yeah.
Well, what's up with the Irish churches? Have they conformed over to the new book? I don't.
I actually haven't talked to anybody about this in public yet, anyways. So I haven't actually gone to a priest and asked them, but they probably won't tell you one way or the other.
Oh.
If you went to, but I literally haven't talked to anyone in my real life, in my everyday life about this. I've never actually met someone where I could say, I think that person might be affected, and I got to ask them. Sometimes I kind of test people out a little bit. But I've never actually talked to anyone about this.
Wow.
In reality.
One of the things that's happening that might help is, to me, this is, I don't know where my masks are for the props, but to me, this is the mark of the beast. I mean, it's one version of it. So anybody wearing this has already given in saying, I consent to this system. And anyone that's not,
you're losing your free speech.
And that might be someone you might be able to talk to in your area. So if you see someone that's going, what did I say? He called it barefaced, which I think is funny because Owen Benjamin's the Bears. But if you see someone barefaced, that's probably someone you might be able to talk to about this. You can at least, tread lightly, and maybe you'll find someone in your area that's not virtual. It's really nice.
That's cool. That's kind of smart. Yeah, I would. Yeah, that's how I think of it too. I see a bear. If they're not wearing it and they got that look on their face like I ain't wearing this, they might have the Mandela effect. They might have or might be awakened.
What about What about the biology changes? The
Oh,
kidneys,
go for it.
the liver, and the heart.
Yeah.
You've seen all of those ones anyway, Robert. I suppose.
I love the upgrades because everything's more protected. Everything moved into the chest cavity, so we're way more upgraded.
Yeah. Hey, Bulger, I was a drunkard, and I also I took a lot of from the military. They gave me Motrin. My hands were fucked up, and so they prescribed me Motrin all the way up to 2016. I had been taking it, and then the VA hospital found out, realized that the Motrin was eating my liver up. I had cirrhosis, man. It was gone. It looked like freaking. You know, when you get we have a baby, and they have they put the little liquid on it, and they go like this on the tummy of the woman. You get to see the baby inside. They did the same thing to me, but for my liver, and they were taking these shots of my liver, and the lady's like, "Oh," I'm like, "Oh." How bad? Fatty liver, cirrhosis, blah blah blah. Now, dude, we got this new fucking liver, badass, big ass. Huge ass, beautiful fat liver, man. Oh, I don't want to call it fat liver, but big. Mine's healed.
The same with the heart. It seems like the tubes for the heart are much thicker, so it would be much more difficult. Yeah.
And nasal passages is opened up, so that helps us breathe through all this cranniness.
Yeah.
Nitrogen, I'm breathing in totally different air as far as I'm concerned. I always had oxygen about the same level as it is here, but nitrogen wasn't the number one gas. It was actually hydrogen.
Irish air.
I haven't heard of too many other people with actually hydrogen as being their main gas.
Wow.
No, I don't know. One or two maybe.
And that whole thing changed for me too, because I kept hearing everyone going, "Oh my God, we're dying from CO2. Oh, it's too much in there." I'm like, wait a minute. When I was brought up as a kid, we breathe out CO2, and the plants breathed it in, and then they breathed out oxygen, and then it was like that's how this works. Now all of a sudden we have too many cows, and we're farting too much, and we're all going to die. And
but there's actually very little CO2. There's almost nothing. So it doesn't make sense. None of it actually makes sense.
Yeah.
It's like we said. Do you know the CO2 thing?
Read this.
What
we got bigger lungs though. History world. Okay. World Part 1.
Yeah, that's another thing. That was History of the World Part 2, wasn't it?
Bishop Jumpstick Queen gangbang. Yes, I remember. History of the World. The comedy. History of the World.
Yeah, Mel Brooks.
Yes. But Pond jumps to Queen. Bishop jumps to Queen. Gangbang. Everyone jumps to Queen. They're all jumping to Queen. They had an actual game where they're physically in physical form. And they had a big old huge laid out. And the king, he's playing human chess with actual humans on the board, on the chessboard. And then, I remember that part. Yes. Thank you. Okay, I got another one. We need to find that clip, man. I gotta find that clip. History of the World Part 1 is what's called. Yeah, I remember that. They all jumped the Queen. Why would you jump the Queen if you didn't? They checkmated the Queen, man.
Isn't that the one where Moses had 3 commandments and he dropped one?
Yeah,
and he drops one. He goes, "I have 10 commandments.
15.
I have 5 commandments."
No, he goes with 15. He goes to 10.
Oh yeah, that's right. He had 15. Oh, he had 15 commandments. I have 10 commandments. And he drops one.
All right, just for Robert, here it is.
Oh, we gotta see this. Oh my God, tell me it's there. Tell me it's there. Here we go.
Bishop jumps, we jump,
All right. Oh no, we lost Robert.
That was so good.
Why would you? Robert. This one's
right. Am I right here? Come on, does that show a little more evidence to what I remember is correct? Oh, misremembering. Damn it! And so far, I'm being debunked on it because
Bob, if that would have came out nowadays, that would be considered insulting.
Oh yeah. Oh, think about Black Lives Matter and having that clip play at a rally. Whoa. Roll this out. Have it burned. Burn this. Burn all the books. Burn everything. Bring down the statues. Let's destroy history. Burn it. Pretty soon we're gonna be having Bible burnings because it's changed. Burn the Bible.
Pulling down all the statues and everything doesn't make any difference. It's pure stupid.
People don't understand. I'm in the world of, I work in museums and history and artifacts. Artifacts, even though it represents something bad, it reminds you oh, it was bad. So if you had a statue made by Hitler and Hitler has the statue, you don't destroy the statue. You learn from the statue. You say, okay, the statue was part of a horrible blah, 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 blah. You learn from the artifact, okay? You don't destroy the fucking artifact. So these guys are destroying everything. They're destroying. It's complete CIA fucking psyop bullshit. It's the same thing when I was presently or back in my time when you had ISIS over there in the Middle East, and they were blowing up all the artifacts in the field, blowing up Buddhas, blowing up temples, they're blowing up anything Sumerian, anything left over from antiquity on purpose. So when the flips happen, we won't remember it because it's been blown the fuck up. They were erasing Babylon, erasing everything in the Middle East. It's just the Taliban and all bullshit. They're all fucking American CIA and freaking ex-special forces who got a nice paycheck for blowing shit up. Let's call ourselves ISIS. You know, they're not terrorists. They're artifact terrorists. They're blowing up all antiquity. I know for a fact. Believe me, I already know. So same thing going on.
I'm going to answer this kind of, because you wrote Beetlejuice in my timeline. Believe it or not, we actually just watched this.
That's funny. Just watched it
2 days ago with my daughter, showing her Beetlejuice.
Beetlejuice.
The movie is titled Beetlejuice. But in the movie, when Beetlejuice was trying to pronounce himself so they could call his name 3 times, they wrote his name like this, like the other Beetlejuice with the G. Beetlegeist. Yes. Exactly.
More like the Beatles, not an actual beetle.
Yeah.
Oh, shit. Oh, I see now. I see what he's talking about. Oh, wow. Yeah.
Okay. I get it. Yeah.
It's a planet. What they called a planet. It was a planet called Beetle or a star. I don't fucking know what the hell it is. A thing. It was Beetlegeist. Yeah. I think that back in our time on Sagittarius Arm, using the label, guys, don't get all upset. That the one of the Voyager was headed towards Betelgeuse. It was in the direction to Betelgeuse. Also, it was in the direction of a planet that sounds like Alderaan that blew up. Remember the one in Star Wars that blew up? What was it called? The one that blew up in the beginning of Star Wars? Alderaan.
Sure.
Well, that's not in the beginning of the movie, but in the middle of the movie, and they blew it up. Alderaan. Yeah. There's a actual in whatever planet name similar to that. It's not that one, but it's very close. That's why George Lucas used that name, like Beetlejuice. And it also was a planet, a labeled planet, what do you want to call it, a thing that is called Alderaan, with a similar name to it, very similar. Also, Voyagers were headed towards that too.
Yeah.
In
there's
mythology,
confusion because names are so similar. I know people that think Capitol Hill
Beetlegeist the star,
the A, and now it's got an O, but then Capitol, like Capitol Records, has the I don't know, A's and O's on Capitals. It just depends on what you're talking about. But to me, he's had the A, and even my wife lived in Capitol Hill, and she kind of remembers having the A too. It just looks weird, but. Whatever.
Well, it's the new Eric on the desk by your arm. Look down your arm. I left it for you. There's a set of numbers. It's like a little brown cardboard.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So you see there. So when you see a letter change, remember to look it up. Remember to look up. That's yours, Eric, to keep, so you can write it down. That's so you get.
Let me get this word off. Okay, just showing people.
So everyone on the show gets one, but me. I see how you work, Robert. Okay.
Well, I had to make a new one.
That's fine.
I had to open. I ran out of space in my remember book, so I had to. My remember book was empty, so I got a whole new pad in here.
Of course.
So on the back of the new one, I gave that one to Eric. So when we're looking at word swaps and Mandela affected word swaps, Eric can look it up. We can see the letter. And then look up the number for it. We can have a numerical value to why. Sometimes things will come out to it'll be a 666. So there'll be multiple word changes. It'll come out 666 within the goddamn word with the letters it changed. numerically, it comes out to like a 666 or a 333 or a, you know, I'm sure some of them probably come out to 19. I don't know. 19. Who fucking knows?
Yeah, I saw Zulu one in there, and we have this connection with that joke about, you know, I used to cough to cover a fart, and I fart to cover a cough, but then it came out with you can get it from fart. Well, then again, the doctor. If you guys saw my last video with Dr. M. Fraud, he mentioned it yesterday. He said if your genes can't stop a fart, what the hell's a mask gonna do? You know, I thought that was pretty interesting. He's right. You know,
say or write his own name, so it's spelled differently in the ad guy. Good job, guys. We're all the Beatles guys. Yeah, we're confused with Beetlejuice, which is when they Ringo passed out drunk and go to prison. Wow,
it just makes perfect sense. It must be science because of math. So
bear.
And then Bob is a teddy bear. Oh.
Well, my middle name, I'm joking. My middle name is Theodore. It's Teddy. It's named after Teddy Roosevelt. So when I say my name is Ted, I can actually use the name Ted. I can use it legally. I can use it. It's Theodore, though. Teddy. A teddy bear. That's why I have a teddy bear. I have a teddy bear because I'm.
Sure, that's why. Yeah, that's why.
Yeah, Teddy. Teddy bear.
Yeah, of course it is.
Well, in the military, I had a nickname. I was the bear. Go ask the bear. What? We asked me what? Because my middle initial was Teddy.
My nickname was Shaky.
Shaky.
Because I used to be drinking so much. I used to come in every morning.
Oh my God.
That's a fairly bad nickname to get in the military because they're fairly heavy drinkers in there. So if you get that kind of nickname in there, it's pretty extreme.
Oh shit! Yeah, Shaky. Yeah. I mean, you're a drunkard.
Hey, Bob, here's a question for you, Bob. Now, this Zulu, look at his face. Is he a man or is that picture feminine?
Whoa, let's see. Let's see if Zulon is feminized.
Feminized?
Now those glasses of his.
He looks pretty pissed off.
They do wrap around his head, kind of like a bug.
Well, don't be too hard on him. People in the chat are now paying me to give shout outs. See, hi Zulu one. So that gets me $1. So thanks.
I'm sure his lips are a little bit redder than a normal man's.
He looks very angry. He might come angry. Over and like rip off your kill.
He's gonna kill you. Gonna take your wallet. That's what he looks like. I'm gonna beat the shit out of you.
He's gonna take your wallet. You're gonna thank him for it. That's what that looks like to me.
Like
I fart in my jeans. Laugh out loud.
We have the greatest chat. Thank the Lord.
Of course you do. It's important that you announce that too, because
shit, somebody's calling him out. That's a scary looking woman. Oh shit! I think we started a show.
I know. Another fight in the Mandela community. Come on,
fighting in the Mandela effect community, and it's not one of my wrenches either. So ha! It's not one of my wrenches. The cutthroats. There are cutthroats in my wrench line. I only like the cutthroats, the ones that go after you.
They're all beautiful people. I mean,
he's Ted Bear.
Wait, what is she? I gotta hear a friend was just saying it looks like the Footloose preacher combined with a bar fire. That is some funny stuff right there.
Oh wow! Combined with a bar.
What does that mean? But it's funny as hell.
That's a nice combo, man. What the hell? Wow. That's a pretty good. It's pretty visual. Only somebody with the Mandela can think like that.
Maybe
he does look like mafia.
Okay, Bob. What about hardcore music? Is he feminine or is he a man?
Let's see here.
Well, he's pretty badass with the cigarette thing.
Well, I was going to say he does have a fag in his mouth.
Oh my God! Are we gonna have anybody watching us after this episode?
I was in England. That's what they say. Hey, you got a fag? I'm like, no. Are you cruising or something? Or no, man, you have a fag. I said,
don't make me touch your body.
Oh, see, I told you that face. That's the face that says that line. Yep.
Okay, one last face, and that's it. Robert Alley, is he a man or is he feminine?
Oh boy, let's see here. It's a very black and white photo, so we can't see the color of his face.
No, I got this one. See,
Go ahead.
he's a guy that he doesn't even need facial hair, really. He's got a little bit there because he's so manly. He's so entrenched in his manhood. He don't give a shit. He could put on a John Wayne pink scarf and a paisley shirt and fucking walk down the street with a woman's swag. No, seriously, I think he is. I was just got lost in my own thoughts there, but yeah. I think he's manly. Yes, I agree with manly.
Well, I could wear pink. It's like, come talk to me. I'll put a pink shirt on. I'll represent.
Hey, all was late, sitting in the back of the class, trying not to get called on.
Okay, totally a feminine move. There we go. See,
that's a feminine move.
That's a very feminine move.
Just ducking and weaving. Don't call him. No, sorry, got to call you out, Don. You asked to be called out.
No,
that was me.
Are you not wishing you came on the show today?
Is he still here? Lucky?
Yeah, he's
Lucky.
Just doing something there. What?
Okay, good.
We're hoping that we didn't scare you off.
Yeah, I used to sit in the back of the class. That's why my eyes got so bad. I used to sit in the back of the class. I used to argue with teachers.
Now, this is a man. Look at that face. You can't see his face.
He's got the one eye. He's got the one eye.
Yeah. We got to keep an eye on this guy. We got to keep an eye on him. Hey, does he have anything for you?
The all-seeing eye.
One of these? Huh?
Here we go. You got the all-seeing eye. He's watching everyone. I can't see a fucking thing now.
Now, Tula did say, love you guys, my family. So I'm glad that everybody has a sense of humor.
We'll have a show just making fun of people's avatars.
Now, Bob, this picture is gay.
Oh, okay. Oh,
super gay. Yes. I think you get gay. I don't.
I walk backwards. If I see this guy coming towards me, I'm walking backwards. I don't want him looking at my backside. If this guy comes at me, I'm walking backwards. I'll run backwards in a cornfield rather than walk forward.
What the hell did I just walk into?
Hey, we got Salvatoris. There's a one eye. Let's look at that one.
Okay. Oh, one eye again. Here we go.
There is a second eye there.
Is there? Now, is there really?
Oh no, it's maybe just a hole.
It's closed almost. It's a one dominant eye. It's another one eye.
Yeah, a little bit of eyebrow going up. Yeah.
You got the Illuminati eye.
Yeah, keep an eye on that one too, Eric.
Bob, I got a harder one for you.
What's that? Oh my goodness, that's beauty right there. That's pretty. That's just pure pretty.
Yeah.
There's nothing you can say.
Nothing you can say. And I just gave her a wrench. Damn it! Yeah. Anybody that'll come to a live stream gets a wrench in my name because you want to watch me. It's funny.
That's pure 100% of.
Laugh out loud! I'm not the one who put a dress on, Robert.
He has a valid point, Robert. You have to admit.
See, a guy in a beard can pull off a dress, as in a guy without a beard can't pull off a dress.
Well, we don't know if he has a beard, technically. So
yeah. A guy with a beard can wear a kilt. A guy with a beard can wear a dress. A guy with a beard can wear a wedding fucking gown and get away with it. In some country somewhere.
Okay, I need to address something. Jim Morrison's Rush Limbo. Someone explain that one to me. That's news.
I'm gonna wear a wedding gown one day on the show, and I'll look normal. You guys won't think anything of it. Patrick killed teddy bear. I wore a dress.
This one? He has a cross, so
okay. We can't make fun of the cross. Number one, let's slow that down. But it's hard to make fun of something you can't make fun of a religious symbol. Damn it, you get a fake. Well, he is. Well, let's go right to the source. He's a French Canadian. I don't really need to go too much further than that. Other than he's a French Canadian, which means he's mixed with an angry Indian, an angry Frenchman, and he hates the English in Canada because they're hated on. So he's just a.
I don't think this has really ever happened. I think this is another first on this show where we just go in the chat room and just give him crap.
Yeah, the curator who taught me how to be a curator at Fort Lewis Historical Museum was a French Canadian, and he told me the whole history of French Canada. They had moved. They got pissed off at the freaking English, and they moved out of Canada. They got tired of being discriminated because they were discriminated like a motherfucker. These guys, you guys don't know discrimination. These guys are discriminated. They had moved down to New Orleans where they had made babies, and they're the ones who made New Orleans the way it is. It rocks. So French Canadians have a big history, man. I think French Canadians also were Family Guy. You know, what's his name? Family Guy. You know, the cartoon. Where's he from? Where's the Family Guy from? He's from the East Coast. They're all French Canadian up there too.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
Bob.
Here you go. Somebody wanted this too. Are you there?
You can't let him not really seeing his face. Hold on. Do you see his video? Chat about 5G truth. Now that's what he really looks like. Can you see it?
I'm not going on this. What are we doing?
That's Truth Guy. Can you see his face? Now what is he?
100% manly.
He's smiling. He's smiling.
He's smiling there. That would be unnatural for him.
Oh, what?
That's not normal.
That's not normal.
But he's got a ponytail, which makes him cool. It gives him cool points. He's got long hair. It gives him cool points.
Now somebody wants to share something.
Well, somebody in the chat brought this up, so here we go. People say that I guess Rush Limbaugh looks like Jim Morrison.
Holy shit, they're the same person but older.
They're very similar, I guess. I can see that. These things are always kind of. I'm not quite sure.
Riders on the Storm.
Oh, come on.
This is the end. I can see it. This is the end. Rush Limbaugh saying that, yeah. Oh, boy.
I'm not sure on that one, so. But there it is. Those are the pictures, I guess.
This is a conspiracy. I can't go down this fucking path, man.
I'm not there either, but you know what? Make your own discernment. So, but
where's truth at in this one? Where's my French Canadian buddy at on this one? I want to hear his sidebar comment on the new conspiracy that Rush Limbaugh is in fact Jim Morrison. I bet it's debunked fast. Sorry, Lucky Bulger. We just play a lot on the channel, man. I hope you're having a good time over there. Sticking with
Jim Morrison, a kind of a psyop thing, wasn't he? With some kind of military background.
His father was in the CIA, and he came out of that area in Sunset, like with the Eagles, and I think Mamas. And a lot of people came out of there. Yeah.
In the movie, it pretty much even comes up in the Doors movie that it was a psyop, basically.
Yeah.
Alex Jones? What?
I thought Rush was Alex Jones. Rush Limbaugh.
Alex Jones.
I don't watch the I don't know. But
no, they're different. Rush Limbaugh, Alex Jones were different. One of them was
weird. Have you seen that? Lucky, the guy that runs Paul McCartney's childhood home. Have you seen that guy?
No.
He looks and sounds exactly like Paul McCartney. I think Paul McCartney, the real Paul McCartney, was taken out in '66 where he died. They brought in was it Brian Campbell, and he played the part. And then they stuck him over there as the caretaker. But when you see him interviewed, it's Paul McCartney. You just see it. And then there's also David Bowie. Like the week after he died, there's this guy who goes on one of these radio talk shows. It's still on the internet. You can find it. I can look for it. But he plays the part of a guy that's like a music critic, and he's saying how sad he is about the loss of David Bowie. And anybody with two eyes in their head and two ears, you can totally see it's David Bowie talking because you can hear it's him and you can see it's him. It's fascinating now because they just don't care because no one's listening, no one's watching. But
so David Bowie's not dead?
David Bowie's not dead, and he even told you when he was going to die. He did an album about where he was, you can look at that creep. Yeah, no, he's not dead. He's hanging out with Toby and probably Prince and all the other ones that went out early.
Michael Jackson.
The character dies. Yeah, the character dies. The person's not dead. They go somewhere else. We don't know where they go.
He swears he saw Elvis working at a Home Depot.
This is the Mandela Effect conference, isn't it?
Oh, this is the worst. Now we're the bad version of it.
Yeah.
We're the punk rockers of the.
Listen, I did the Mandela Effect on this show today than they did all 4 or 5 days.
I believe it.
I thought was I on the right stream or what? The way all the real Mandela affected people don't seem to get invited onto any of the bigger kind of events. The actual people who are affected, like. was a bit of a weird one, isn't it?
Yeah, well, this is what I've noticed about people who I'm gonna say men who have men, not women, but men who have the effect. In our from our own little old back, we're a little bit more tougher, a little more aggressive, and we have the buck fucking heads because we're all pretty much alpha. A lot of the actual people that with the real Mandela effect that are men are pretty fucking. They're not Tom Cruise. We're all not. None of us are Tom Cruise. I haven't met anybody weak in England that has a Mandela effect. You see the locals are weak, but then you see somebody with a Mandela effect, and you know you're going to fucking lock horns with this son of a bitch.
You're no good for a mainstream conference, like basically, because we're inclined to say what we want to say. Sorry,
hold on. I do got breaking news. Oh, hold on.
You're frozen.
Okay, am I frozen? Can you guys hear me?
We're at the edge of our seat.
Okay. I got an email from Cynthia Sue Larson.
You look very shocked.
Okay. Okay. Can you? I don't know if you guys can see this. Cynthia Sue Larson says, "Hi, this is Cynthia. Thank you so much for letting us know you love to be part of the panel at next year's IMEC event. I love your enthusiasm, and I appreciate your video clip you submitted to our Mandela Effect. So basically, in 2021, I get to have a panel.
I wouldn't touch it. I wouldn't go near that place. We can do our own way better, Eric.
We can. Bob is going to come to fucking America. You're going to come with us, Silly Fan Man. We're going to travel to Iowa, wherever they have it. We're going to do a live fucking panel our way.
2021, is it?
2021. Yeah, not this year. They won't let us have it this year, but I can have one next year.
Again, let's be devil's advocate here. She did invite you. It was respectful. So let's everyone put down your torches. People on there were nice to me. They were respectful. I disagree.
Well, okay. That's fine, and I'll do that. I agree, or Bob or Ted, whoever the heck you are now. But if they're gonna start talking NASA and Spaceball and all that, I'm out. I can't do it.
You're right. Not our panel. Not our panel. Our panel.
You can bring a different viewpoint.
We're gonna look at pictures in the chat. We're gonna talk about people in the chat pictures.
Yeah, I'd rather make fun of our own people in the sidebar than.
Hey, look at! I brought this up. Watch this. Have you guys? Can you see this? Am I sharing?
Yeah. Here we go.
Am I sharing? I can't tell.
Holy shit!
Okay, now watch. Hopefully you can hear it.
Thanks for you should say that. I just have a photo of Terry in the indoor area. But it went on the plane a few months ago. So I haven't got to place it. Well, lots of you CBI's people, you know, when you CBI's just school. I ignored it because they're having an attack.
I am.
I'm on the plane, they've got an agent in mind. That's really
So what we have to believe is that there's just a guy that looks and sounds just like Paul McCartney would be as an older man. That's just a coincidence. And when you look at his face, you can't look at any pictures from 1967 on. You got to look at the very first ones, and you can take an old Paul McCartney face, and you can make it look like that guy.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Eric notices it. Eric notices it too. I'm in England. I have an eye for genetics, and there is a specific signature. A lot of English people, especially coming out of Ireland, they have that round face. There's a round face they have, and they have a little cleft chin, or they usually have a big cleft chin. It's the same two chins and the same face. Now, I'm not saying there's a doppelganger kind of a thing going on. I know there's a lot of doppelgangers going on, especially this Mandela effect. People are looking just like alike. Really weird, but I do see bottleneck genetics more dominant here. And I do see that. I got to read it. I see a lot of that same bulb. So people look like Paul McCartney over there. I've seen more people look like Paul McCartney. I'm just saying genetically, he looks just like him. But there's a lot of people that do over there. They have that same, no offense to Lucky Bulger, that same Irish.
I agree. You got to go back to the thing that I learned on Jen and Steve's show. Okay, the fact that he looks like him, put that on the coincidence shelf. The fact that he sounds like him, put that on the coincidence shelf. the fact that he's living in Paul McCartney's boyhood home. With it's getting kind of rickety. That's all.
No, I see what you're saying. Yeah,
it's just weird. It's going a little too far for me.
But Liverpool, I was in Liverpool. They have a lot of Irish, English there mix, and they've got that look. There's a certain look they got. I know it sounds crazy unless you go there.
After 60, we all go round face.
Yeah, they have an oval. The English Irish, they have that same. I was in the airport. I was like, I thought I saw the same person walk by 4 times. I go, it's a different person though, but they got the same bottleneck genetic face. I'm not saying to be rude, people. Please don't take it the wrong way either.
They all look a bit like Alex Jones. Alex Jones looks to be like the same kind of look.
So, Bob, is that why you grow a beard so you know you can be recognized right off the bat?
Oh, I grow this beard because of allergies. 2015, everyone talks about doing a big flip in 2015. Lucky Bulger is one of them, and there's a majority of people who had the 2015. I had the 2016. However, in 2015, let me give you guys this.
I'm still there. I got
allergies so bad that I had to go to the VA emergency and get some fucking nasal steroid spray because I've never had allergies a day in my life, and in 2015, my shit was running like a fucking faucet. I said, I've never had this before. And I started growing the beard, and my allergies stopped. Allergies stopped. It's catching all the fucking nasty shit. But my allergies stopped.
You and I, we're going to Australia next year.
Been to Australia. What part?
We're going. I don't know. I guess that's where they're going to have the conference.
According to
Patrick Roberts says, by the way, Eric, the 2021 is being held in Australia.
Oh, you said you're buying the tickets, right, Eric? That's what you said.
Well, Silly Fan Man, this show is going to be so huge by then, it's going to pay for itself for us to go.
Yeah. Everybody in the back of the turtle is going to be wearing our merch. So we have millions
of dollars. Eric Poop to the Moon Fund. We can take it out of that.
Yes. I got an update on that. The Fund Me place will not allow me to open up a thing to raise money for poop.
Okay. No, Eric,
I tried. They won't do it. They said you cannot set up a Fund Me account for poop.
What else can we send to the moon then? We can send something else.
So I'm going to have to make up something that's going to be like for the poop. I'm going to have to rename it something so people know what I'm talking about, but I can't use the word poop, crap, or shit.
Bullshit, man. Because, there's
you can't do that because they can take it away. You got to tell them what you're doing.
That's not fair. That's not fair because a fucking Saudi prince has a bag of shit on the moon. Why can't we have a bag of shit on the moon?
But you didn't go through GoFundMe, probably. Yeah.
There's a bag of shit on the moon that belongs to a Saudi prince. I want to put my bag of shit on.
Yeah, but he's richer than we are.
Right.
Well, Bear did shit on the moon, so my middle initial's Ted. So maybe Bear shit on the moon.
Maybe I'll open up another PayPal account and name it Poop or something, so people know what it is.
I want to stick a bag of shit up there. That's fucked up.
We're gonna do it. We're gonna do it somehow.
Relabel it. Put feces. Use the word feces.
How about fertilizer? I don't know.
Fertilizer. We would send a bag of fertilizer to the moon. I want mine put right next to the Saudi prince's bag. I want it dropped off when they go to the next moon landing. I want a bag of my feces up there. It's gonna happen, Eric. We need a couple of $1 million. I'm gonna go down to Chaz and raise the money now for the moon. I'm gonna have a sign that says, "I want to put my feces on the moon. Can you donate some money?"
I hope you watched one of our shows.
Was it? Have you seen Elvis? Oh, Elvis! I see the thing with Elvis too coming out. Yeah, I've seen the thing where Elvis is alive. Also, I've seen that clip.
I can't find the David Bowie one. I'll look for it maybe for another show. But you'll see that one. And you'll know it's David Bowie.
Let me ask a question for Lucky. Now, Lucky, are you having a good time with us, or is this not what you expected?
It never is.
Well, I did watch a few episodes of the show, and I watched the last one that you did, so I pretty much knew what to expect. But it is the same kind of sense of humor as I have myself.
Okay.
So it's not it's not offensive. Nearly everything is offensive nowadays.
Hold on.
You know the
this guy says I have $2 million. So are you willing to give me $2 million to do the poop with NASA? Is that what you're saying?
You don't got no $2 million.
You didn't say million what? What did you have?
Number one,
you know,
he's Canadian. Number one, Uni Matrix is Canadian. He don't have no $2 million.
It doesn't mean. Yeah.
Well, if he does have $2 million of tribute, right there. There's my Patreon. There's a stream. PayPal. It's right. It's.
You are my third, I get the third cut now. Remember you.
He can barely afford beer.
I'll give you a third of the dollar he owes me.
I know William Matrix. He can barely afford beer. The man ain't got no money. Canadian. You know, Canadian.
How do you know Matrix doesn't have any money? Do you know him?
Well, they all give it to the Queen. Now, remember, Canadians have to give their money to the Queen too.
Now, look at his face. Is he feminine or is he a man?
Oh, good Lord! Let's take a look. I'm gonna say right now, I don't want to hurt his feelings, but he looks sweet. He's sweet looking. He got a pretty mouth.
Oh my God!
He got a pretty mouth. He's sweet.
Thank God I have another show, but that will probably be over after he watches this one.
All the guys at the cyber are going to start growing stubble. They're going to start growing beards. To be honest.
Nobody's going to comment anymore. They're all afraid they're going to get called out.
I'm not sure my face
we got the greatest fans.
Yeah.
They don't have fun. Oh,
You don't have too many shields, I don't think.
He doesn't have 2 million.
The shields won't last too long here.
What's that?
The shields won't last too long on your chat room, I don't think.
Yeah.
Now we got the greatest chat. We got the greatest subscribers. We really do. They come here because they all want to have fun. They don't want to be 100% serious. They want to relax, so they come here. Because listen, Mandela Effect
and different things, but we have to have fun. Or what's the point?
Listen, Mandela Effect can be heavy. There's certain times that you can watch 3-4 Mandela Effect shows in one day, and they're so heavy that you need a break, but you don't want to leave the Mandela Effect. So we're that show where you want to hear Mandela Effect, but you don't want to get too heavy.
Oh
shit!
A buck 101. Buck. This is the old buck knife.
Nice.
Well, in England they can't buy knives. They can't buy knives.
You're not allowed to carry those around.
Really?
Yeah.
And your cops don't have guns.
Now, let me ask you this. Okay, so Bob, so you guys can't buy a knife, but what happens if you take that over? Will they take it away from you? Can you have it then?
Well, I'm gonna smuggle it there. I'm gonna buy a couple of these because they're cheaper. They're beautiful blades for the price.
So let's say Bob, say you had that in the back pocket, right?
Yeah.
And a Europe cop stops you and finds that on you. Would you be
they take it away. You'd be arrested. Yeah, you can't have this.
If you're going fishing, you could have a knife.
Oh, how can you have it?
If you're going fishing.
Okay. So if I'm going fishing, I can have
you're going fishing.
So what you're saying is Bob should be walking around with a fishing post just so he can't get arrested.
Correct.
Yeah.
But I have a concern, Robert. Like, obviously, in this timeline, you've never been a good smuggler because usually they don't announce on social media they're going to be smuggling things on their next flight. So I just let you know you're probably not that good at it.
But Richard,
dude, no.
This channel.
I swear to God,
that's right. Nobody's watching.
Dude, I swear to God, I got to England. I got to England with some stuff I was going to give away. I still got to give something away, and I'm over there. I had a Chinese throwing star that I forgot about in my jacket pocket. A Chinese throwing star, and I went through the metal detector. It went off. I didn't forgot it was there, and the guy was doing a pat down, and I was he was a veteran, so I'm making veterans joke. I said, hey, I got shrapnel. I always set the machine off. I'm sorry about that. He said, oh, don't worry about it. He did a light tapping, and he let me go. I walked through with a lighter, cigarettes, lighter, Chinese throwing star, a freaking pocket knife, a Swiss Army pocket knife. So I had a Chinese throwing star, Swiss Army pocket knife, a lighter, everything you can imagine on the plane. Like, I'm going, holy shit, I can't believe I got this shit on. It was an accident. I didn't fucking plan it. But that feels
suddenly get a thought to jump the pilot and smash into a building
with a Chinese throwing star. Yeah, I was going to take the plane with a Chinese throwing star.
Well, hey, I got to do just one comment. The reason we're not commenting on this awesome man because he's wearing a hat. If you're wearing a hat, you're off limits.
Right. Well, yeah, I agree. But it's also, I think it was a military hat. And he's got a military hat and a kick-ass beard. I mean, come on.
got a beard. I can't say nothing.
That's what I'm saying. He's off limits.
Yeah.
He got a hat and a beard. What are you gonna say?
Yeah. He's definitely
If
one.
he had lipstick on, we're screwed on that one.
That's one of us too. I love dogs. So yes, manly. Unless it's a girl dog, then womanly, whatever it wants to be, or a cow.
So 3-inch blades are legal. Okay, so 3-inch blades are legal in England. So you can have the 3-inch blade. Okay. So you can have the Lucky Bulger says I can have the buck knife if I'm fishing, and then I can have a 3-inch blade for just the streets to kind of walk around with. Now remember, they're fascist over there. England is the cops don't carry guns, but they like the fuck out of people anyway.
Why do you need a knife? But why do you need a knife to walk around? I'm just curious.
Oh, and I don't. I'm American. That's it. Wait, why do you want a knife? Because I'm American?
Yeah,
That's it, man. You're American. You gotta have it.
If you're an American, you need a weapon. That's part of it. Like you get a birth
part of our
Social Security card, and a weapon.
Hey, Lucky. What do they really think of American over there in Ireland?
Oh shit.
Most people like have a very positive view of America. Really, it's always seen as a place where you can go and make your dreams kind of come true. You know that old story. You can make a life for yourself, and if you put the work in, that kind of thing. And that's how people still see it. Anyone who goes over there with that kind of, like, we still get a lot that do go over probably illegally as well. And
why can people not make their dreams come true in Ireland?
Ireland.
Can people not make their dreams come true in Ireland?
Not really. Not unless you come from a privileged kind of background. You don't really get the same chance. Whereas if you go to America, you will get a chance to do things that the door won't be open to you here unless you come from the right. You have to know someone. I don't know if it's like that in America or not. You kind of have to know someone somewhere to get a job, in the better kind of jobs.
You know, I know in some countries, if you try to file for a visa to live there, you have to have a big background. You got to have a lot of money or something. They just won't let anybody in. Is Ireland like that? That like, say Bob applied trying to get a visa to live in Ireland.
Dude, they're
they
EU.
How much money you have?
If you're from America, you'd have no problem coming to Ireland whatsoever. I don't think you even need money as such. Probably $1,000 or $2,000, something like that.
Broke. Yeah, I was there broke, so they didn't have for money.
Yeah, but I'm not talking about I'm talking about like if you want to make Ireland a citizenship for you. You want a citizenship. You want to be in Ireland for good. You know, that's what I was talking about.
Yeah, but you can probably come to Ireland and you can sign on the social welfare thing pretty much straight away. But it is very difficult to find anywhere to live and all of that.
Okay.
Yeah, it is very difficult if you're not working, like, to find a place. But the fact that you're from America gives you a big advantage if you come to Ireland because, you know, they're pretty much all the one, really. British, American, the Irish and America has always been connected as this, you know, that kind of way.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's you know the way it works both ways. Like if we go to America, we're kind of okay. You don't get bothered over there, and if Americans come here, they get treated the same over here. So it's kind of like that.
No, well, what is this right here? It's a brand new stonage in one of the islands near Ireland now, and nobody knows who made it.
Oh, he's not lying, dude. That's why I was in Ireland. There was all kinds of freaking stone of earth. I call earthen mounds and stones, earthen mounds made by people from way back all over Ireland, man. You would still trip over one of them.
They're everywhere, really.
God, it's loaded with it, man. That must have been a place for just not wizards, but you know, the druids. A lot of druid stuff going on there. It's amazing over there, guys. It's amazing. But if you're an archaeologist, it's an archaeologist hard on. I mean, you can spend your entire career in Ireland.
I did archaeology here, and they've pretty much done the whole island. You see, so if you do archaeology now, they've pretty much excavated the entire island because it's not that big. So I wanted to do the real prehistoric archaeology, as far back as they could go. And the fella says, well, we pretty much have all of that covered. Like there's very little, so there's nothing for you to go and do. But they still have been finding new ones since.
Okay.
A whole lot of new stuff has actually shown up.
Yes.
Now, is this a joke? American Stonehenge is in Salem, New Hampshire?
I saw that. I've been there. I've been to the American Stonehenge. It's in oh wait, no, I thought it's in I saw American Stonehenge in it's down here by the Green River, Eric. Down by the Green River yeah. It's right up the road here.
So I don't remember all these different versions of Stonehenge. Is that what you guys are talking about?
That's in Ireland, that one. One of those is in Ireland.
This one?
The one with the white.
Oh, this?
Yeah, that's an Irish one, that one.
Oh, I think I've been to that one. Guys, I got it on camera. I filmed one of them.
The sun shines in on the 21st of December.
Yeah. I have some videos on it. I did archaeology over there. I was in those. I was inside those things.
Huh.
Yeah, it's one of the best ones in the country, that one.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about too. I put my name in on a lottery. To get picked to go in there on that date, that particular date when a light shines through.
That's actually older than the pyramids. So it is.
Yeah. You know, okay, I'm going to show you guys something. Eric, go back up. Go back up. This is important. Go back up. Go back down. Go back. You see that? Okay, go back down just a hair. Okay, keep going. Keep going down.
Oh, I like the way you say that. Keep saying it, Robert.
There you go. Stop right there. Now you see that stone slab of the two beneath. There's two below it and one on top going across like that.
This one?
Well, anyway, it looks like this is their version of pie. It's like their pie here has got a line.
Oh yeah.
Like that?
Like pie. Yeah, it's like pie. That's what I saw and a lot of them look like to me like the symbol for pie.
We still don't know how they were able to get them up there either.
Oh, I know. How the hell? I have a theory.
They must have ate a lot of spinach.
Yeah, isn't that they're amazing? You see them all over like that. You're like, what? How did they do this, man?
Do you know what they were?
Was that here when we found the rocks that keep growing or making other rocks? Was that on this show? There's rocks that make rocks or rocks.
Oh, yes, it was. Yes, it was.
Another weird one.
Didn't we had Cali? I think we had Cali on.
Yeah, rocks that make another rock. Like, how the hell's that happening? Yeah, I know how they move. There's moving rocks. They you could see a trail like they had been moving. You could see the wake in the but it's in salt. And as the salt, depending on the weather, the salt crystals are what's moving the rock. Believe it or not.
Yeah, these things just start growing more.
These are the growing rocks. Yeah, they just grow. What?
They just grow. They just like grow.
What? I went to geology, man. I have no idea how that's happening.
This is a fun world we live in, man. I'm telling you, it's fun.
They're growing outcrop rocks.
Yeah, it looks like this rock inserts itself into that rock, and then you get these rocks, I guess, right?
Wow. Just wow.
They just grow. They just grow little rocks.
That's so weird here.
It's a fun place to live, man. I mean, it's different. You get really weird stuff.
I've never seen that before in debunking school. There's no rock.
Callie, where has she been?
Probably living on a reservation or probably a commune, a hippie commune. I think she was trying to buy land and make a hippie commune. That's the last I heard of her.
Yeah.
Maybe she got her hippie commune started. She's got a whole bunch of people up in there since everything was going crazy. I don't know. A lot of obsession at the moment to go make a hippie commune. I'm like, don't make any hippie communes. Don't do anything. Stay out of the fucking way.
Is this rocks moving was caused by water?
Yeah, but these rocks just like grow themselves. It's weird.
Yeah, they outcrop themselves. Yeah, they kind of like.
calcium growth.
Okay, that's what we're doing. We don't, guys. So feel free to please do that on the sidebar. That's how we get the answers.
No, I don't mind the fact that there's a reason they do, but just the fact that I've never heard of it. Now, it could just be because I'm not that worldly, but it's pretty cool, man.
No, that's new.
Rocks that can grow more rocks. Like
that's new to me.
Check.
Yeah. We would have talked about that in school. We would have talked about that in archaeology because you don't want to mistake something natural for something man-made. So I would have learned about that. The earth and mounds. You got to look at earth and mounds. Is this made by the earth or was this made by a human? You got to make sure you know the difference. And we would have known about rocks that make rock or coming out of half a rock. I would have looked at it looking for is there chisel marks? How did the human make this? We would have known about that.
Well, it's just like clouds growing up. I remember 3 clouds, and now there's 15, 20.
And 15.
All different chemtrails now, I don't remember all those names.
Low clouds, high clouds, middle cloud, fucking whatever clouds, fake clouds.
And then there's 15 different full moon names. I don't remember any of those.
Full moon. I think another full moon coming up. I remember around the full moon is when these changes happen. In my hypothesis in my book, closer to the full moon is when all these shifts happen. We have a shift or something to do with the moon, man. To me, it's something to do with that moon. I think even Moneybags, another person that has a valuable say-so in it, he's also saying that he thinks there's something around the moon time. So there's 2 of us. So I'm looking for a third person to agree by doing some kind of mapping it around the moon time and see if there's any freaking changes that are happening. Okay, moon's coming at this time. Let's see if anything shifts. We have any weird changes, any thumbnails change, are things changing, or a new fucking animal pops up, a new landmass shifts.
Hey, Lucky, do you have I don't know, Irish actors or Irish songs or something that have changed that we wouldn't know that maybe you could tell us? Are you familiar with anything that's changed?
There was something I was going to actually mention. It's not Irish, so Eddie Murphy. Do you know that he was on Saturday Night Live there a couple of weeks ago, and I happened to just turn on a clip of it, and he's singing the song at the start. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And he did that in the old one as well. And he continues to sing it that way. Although the fella originally never actually sang it that way, did he? It was this neighborhood, he always says.
Yeah.
Which he continues to sing it. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood.
That was a big trigger for me because I used to watch that dude. So yeah.
He remembers.
I never saw the original, but I have seen it being mentioned on the thing, and Eddie Murphy must be affected,
He's got to be. A lot of Hollywood stars are. But remember, a lot of people have joined the Freemasonry, and they have an idea of what they think is going on. So they've got their idea of what they think is going on. So they're playing their games.
George Clooney probably, and Jim Carrey, I would say.
Clued in like a motherfucker. Absolutely. Gwen Stefani, all of them.
Okay, I'm not frozen. I don't know if I was frozen, but I am going to do a cheap plug, let people know what I'm working on, that I'm going to try to get it out by this weekend. A little cheap plug. I'm sorry, guys. But me and Bob, we are working hard to get our own tea tree stuff out there.
Yeah.
So I'm still working on it. Just want to show people I am working on stuff. So,
plug it.
So by the end of this weekend, we're gonna have. Actually, let me correct this. Technically, that store is open. There's actually shirts on there right now, but I'm filling it up with more shirts, so there'll be a variety. So if you want to be cool, I know Karen and Brian's got their shirts, but don't you want a Gypsy Road shirt?
I have a Mandela from Ireland.
Come on, there's putting out shirts that represents every different communities, like a Matrix shirt, like the Richard himself, Silly Fan Man, is on that one Matrix shirt that is going to be out, surfing the Matrix. That's going to be a shirt. So if you want to see Richard surfing at the Matrix, he's actually going to be on one of the shirts.
And I am getting my own Ceiling Fan shirts too. So there's that.
So we're going to have shirts.
No, I have not seen any of it. I have not seen any. I told Eric I don't want nothing to do with this. but I'm gonna plug it anyway. But so I have not seen his shirts. I don't know anything.
I don't know anything about him either.
I'm gonna be surprised, just like everybody else. He hadn't showed me anything yet. I think it's cool.
Look,
Eric's got a natural gift for that, putting things.
Well,
cool
the idea, I want people to know this. The money is not going to be pocketed in my pocket. Any money made from the shirts is going straight to the website that we're trying to build.
Build the website, yeah.
So
pay for the website.
But technically, the website is up. So just in case anybody knows, it is up, but it's not done. So if anybody cares about a website, Gypsy, it's gypsyroad.live. You can actually check it out, but it's not done at all. I'm trying to raise enough money to get a professional person to help me build the page even better. But if you do want to check it out, you can. But that's the idea of what the shirts is to help build that website.
Yeah. That way you guys know. Like a nonprofit. Yeah, let you guys know straight up. It's going for the site. You're going to be no out. Eric is not a drunk. He don't go drinking. He don't go hanging out in no malls or nowhere to go. So the money goes straight back into the freaking site. That's
and my money's going to go straight to my heroin habit.
Yeah.
No, we make my wife makes all of her own products, soaps and lotions stuff, and we just give it out. So that's what I would do. If I ever make any money. I'm just having a ball on here. You guys.
Oh, we're having fun. Oh, we don't make a dime. But people, Richard, what people don't understand is when people say, "Oh, they got commercials, they're making money." They don't tell you. Okay, YouTube will only cash you out on commercials if you make over 100. Me and Bob have never made over 100 from commercials. Well, I'm demonetized now. It doesn't matter, but so we're not making a fucking dime. So don't.
Why did you get demonetized?
Well, YouTube somehow. Okay, one of our shows. I think I know what show it is. We talked about the protesting that's going on, all that about if something is fake or not. I think that is what got it demonetized. If you talk anything about the flu, I'll call it the flu. If you talk anything about the flu or anything about what caused a riot, they'll shut you down or they'll take your video off.
But that doesn't matter. Even if you're telling the truth, they'll still take it down.
Yeah. Now they didn't take my video down. They didn't take my video down, but they demonetized me.
Yeah,
So is if I do the same thing again, I guarantee that's when they'll take the videos down. So I think people who are not monetized, if you did the same thing, they'll take their video down. I think for me, the punishment was they demonetized. Now I can reapply for it, but I have to clean up some of the videos. But this is the catcher. They don't exactly tell you what video it was, so you don't know what to clean up. You don't know.
They're trying to get you under control so that you do what you're told.
Yes, they are. So that's why when you see people put up Patreons, they put up like StreamYard or PayPal. It's because YouTube can't control that. They can't take that away from you. They can only take away what you have from them on the channel.
Yeah. It's all
I try to deliberately crash my site all the time. They won't crash it. I can't get I've crashed my site before and I can't crash it. They won't crash my site. They took subs away. Now I'm a numerical value of 3.3 because it used to be like a 17 or 18, but now it's a 3.3.
My subs never move. They never move at all. It just stays on the one number.
Yeah, I saw yours, dude. Yours is locked. He's correct. Lucky Bulger is locked. He's been locked for a long time. They've locked.
It just stays on the same number and it doesn't move. I lost interest in that part. I never actually set mine up to make any kind of money at all.
Yeah.
Because there's no point. There's no point anyway.
No point.
But like I said, I'm not trying to make money. But if somebody wants to donate for the website, I would appreciate that. I'm trying to build a website that has different, not just Mandela effects, Flatter, Bigfoot, UFO. It's going to be a website that has all of it. So you can go to one site for all information.
I'm going to volunteer some nudes. I'm just going to volunteer some nudes on there for the ladies. You guys want to, come to the site. I'll be in some nudes for you guys, posings. For those of you,
he will wear his hat and he will do this too.
Well, I have to be. Okay, and we're here now. We're in this place. Let's face it, guys. This is what this place is. Everyone knows what these people are. So I need to become androgynous with my pictures. I can't be like this. I gotta be like this. See, kind of it's androgynous.
Yeah. Makes sense to me.
Yeah. Like this. I go like this. Like that. Yeah. I
Well,
have to flutter my eyes.
Let's do this. We are gonna wind down. I gotta pick up the wife soon, but let's wind down. So, Lucky Bulger, do you want to say anything? Like, I don't know, anything he's coming up. You want to pronounce anything to the people in the chat? Or is yours?
I could say one effect that happened in Ireland. So I talked about it to Robert, actually, probably on his sidebar or something. But CBD was never legal in Ireland until about a year ago. But it has been legal for like 4 years or something. And I was living here all the time. I would have known about it. But that's one effect that I noticed in Ireland. And when I noticed it, they started to raid all of those places because half the cops mustn't have known that it had been legal or whatever. And they actually went and raided the places at the same time. They were going around selling these buds of CBD in the shops, and old people, old grannies and all of that kind of stuff were going in and buying it. And then the next thing, the cops came and raided it, but they had been selling it for 3 years. So it is a weird kind of Mandela effect thing. I reckon half the people had lived in that where it had been legal, and the other half it hadn't been. And some of the cops just went out and fucking raided it, like, and took all their stocks. They took all the stocks that they had in their shops and all that.
Yeah, they were raiding the fucking shops, man, because you're EU, and so you got two different laws. You guys got two different magistrates, and so one of them says it's legal to have CBDs to get people off narcotics. Thank fucking God. And then you have the other opposition saying take the CBDs out because they want to keep on pharmaceuticals. Yeah, there was a battle in. He's not joking. In Ireland, it's legal, but they say it's not legal. But it's legal because the EU, but it's not legal. The EU says no, and then the country of Ireland says yes. We want to get our guys off. We want to get them off fucking the booze and get them off the drugs. We're going to give them CBDs, but the EU's like no. Keep them on the pharmaceuticals. What the fuck?
It's way too expensive here as well.
Very expensive. Yeah, I was trying to
charge way too much for it.
Yeah, I was actually trying to hook up with Bulger. I was going to mail him some CBD. Like, dude, I'll give me, I'll have to mail it to him because he can't afford it over there, man. They made it. They got it out, but then they made it over.
So again, you're just the worst smuggler ever, Robert. You're now announcing. I mean, come on, dude.
I'm a damn good smuggler. I can smuggle anything. I'm a good smuggler. I used to be a damn good smuggler.
You know why? It's because your a-hole's much bigger. You got more things in there.
Dude, he might not have been there. Going nowhere because they're talking about July 1st that they might be shutting down flights from America to the UK.
Don't manifest that shit. Don't think I got a place I gotta go. I gotta go to that abbey. I have to go to. God told me I gotta go to this abbey. There's an abbey up there. Abbey, right? Well, there's an abbey.
This came up
the incense. The incense that came from that abbey. There's an abbey where there is a huge Mandela effect because the emperor, Napoleon III, what? So he's buried at this abbey. I gotta go see his grave. You guys think I'm lying, but one day I was watching the conference and I'm typing some shit in the sidebar and my whole computer shut down and then popped back up and the abbey was right there. What the hell? The abbey pops up. The whole whatever description page of the abbey was there. I was like, when did this? The abbey just popped up. So I was reading about it, kicked me out of YouTube, kicked me out of everything, and opened up a page about this abbey with Napoleon III. That's all I'm going to say. Look, do your own research, and I got to go to this place. I got to go there outside of London. I got to see why.
I'm not sure when you have to go, and maybe I don't know.
I got to get to this abbey, man. So far my flight has not been canceled, so far so good.
Behind you. There's a ghost.
Gotta get me there. I gotta see this abbey. I gotta go to this place. I have to. It's like I had to go to England, and it was a damn good reason for it. I had to go to Ireland. There's a damn good reason for it. I had to go to Paris. I had to go to Amsterdam. I had to go to these places. It was every time I went there, something happened. Believe it or not, fires. You know what I'm saying? Weird things happen when I go to these places, so I got to go to this.
Maybe they don't want you to go to their place.
You don't want me to go. You probably should probably watch the intelligence, which is in the Navy.
I think I'm rescinding my offer.
Yeah, I know. He offered me a nice place for he goes, if you want a tent or a yurt, and you go put it in my big ass backyard. I said, okay.
You'll have to be the ghost cat because I need to counteract whatever it is you got going on.
I know. Well, I don't want anything burning down, though. That's a problem. As long as you don't have anything like Notre Dame, you'll be okay. Notre Dame caught fire. I happen to be privy to that area with the fire.
I think we got off topic. I thought it was about Lucky was talking.
Yes. Lucky, we're sorry, man. Bulger, we got off subject.
Sounds like a mob guy. Wasn't there Lucky Bulger as a mob guy?
I bet he is a mob guy.
That's actually where I got my name from.
Yeah.
I mixed it with Lucky Luciano and Whitey Bulger.
Right.
And I just did it as a joke. Like the first time I came on YouTube, that's the thing I was using. You know, Lucky Bulger. I just thought it was a funny kind of name, and I just stuck with it ever since.
Yeah.
But you were talking about not using the word lucky on the stream the last day, and that's why I stuck up. That's why I put my name down as Blessings here today.
You know, I wondered. That's awesome.
Oh, shit, I got that. Blessings,
yeah, and again, I'm not trying to promote my other channel, but I did a video where I just basically talked about that. I changed in my mind when I think or say something to me was lucky or a coincidence, I now just use that word, blessing, and then I start counting my blessings and realize God's real because there's just too many. I love it. Great. Oh, that makes sense.
That's awesome. Look at the awesome connections that's going on.
Wow.
It's just so weird.
The thing with lucky as well is it actually could be mixed in with, you know, the god Loki and Lucifer and all of that stuff. So it probably wasn't the best choice for a fucking name to use, really.
So remember, no, Loki's not a bad character. It's just, Loki represents unnatural force. You can't contain an unnatural force. You can't contain the wind.
Kind of like Robert.
You can build a ship, you can harness the wind, but you can't control the wind. So that's all Loki is, an uncontrollable earth force. You know, it's not a bad Loki's not a bad.
He was just a naughty god kind of thing.
Yeah, not to be confused with Satan or Lucifer.
No, it's slightly different.
Yeah, put blessings. Yeah, that's awesome. That really is something else. Good on you.
Oh,
I like it.
well, let's so Silly Fan Man, you got any videos that's gonna be popping out this weekend that we don't know about?
I made one yesterday.
I love that doctor.
I had a doctor visit me. If anyone hasn't seen it, he's on there and he's discussing this cranny as far as, you know, what's good and bad. And so I did that one yesterday. And then I'm also on, apparently it might be a regular gig, Wednesday mornings. I think it's at 7 a.m. West Coast time with the Airborne Saint. He wants to have me on again, so I'll be doing that this Wednesday. And that's about all I can think of. I've got offers from a lot of people who want to talk to me, so I just have to. I know it's weird, right? But there's only so many hours in a day, but I love it. I'll talk to anyone that'll listen. So,
no, that's awesome. I know. I want to do a little fast shout out to Tommy. Tell you the truth. He was on last night, and
for like 9 hours.
Well, yeah, I was watching. And they're like, "Hey, Eric, come on!" So I actually jumped on, and Bob was drunk. He jumped on too for a little bit. You could tell Bob was drunk, and I'm not gonna ask Bob when he goes on, because when Bob goes on, my wife gets a text from the neighbor to see if he can quiet down.
I love it.
Yeah, Susan was in there. He's like, dude.
Yeah, I started that watching it, but then I was gone. I couldn't do it.
It was funny because I actually did get a text last night about 1 a.m. from the neighbor. It says Bob's loud, and Bob was talking to my son Gabriel downstairs. So my wife texts Gabriel to go back in the house because Bob's too loud.
The force of nature. We were just talking about it. You can't control him.
It's my voice. I can't help it. I can't. It's It's the beard. It's too much testosterone. I'm losing too much hair, so I'm getting too much testosterone.
And that's fun. For anybody else, you know what times our shows are. Every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, same time. So if you want to see a cool Mandela Effect conference next week, just come to our channel 11 o'clock. We'll talk Mandela Effect for you guys.
Yeah.
All right.
So Lucky Bulger, I want to thank you very much for coming on. You're an awesome guy, and you're always welcome. Anytime you want, you're always welcome to come back.
Yeah, I usually do my streams on my own anyways, so it's nice to have a chat to other people for a change.
Yeah, sub him, guys. Sub.
Yeah, well, it gets good exposure because I didn't know you, so I'm sure other people will find you this week.
And Lucky did the smartest thing ever today on the show. When Bob was making fun of people with their pictures, Lucky stay out of it. That was a good move.
Yeah.
And we should put that. You need to put his avatar on one of the faces in your Time Bandits. That'd be funny.
He is. He is. That wanted. That's his symbol.
Yes, that's what I use on my YouTube thing.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Okay.
Yeah.
1 million reward out for Lucky Bulger.
Yeah, so I didn't have.
Okay, great. Okay.
Yeah, I didn't have his face, so I just used his symbol and put it on a tree that he's wanted in.
I like it.
And you guys can sub him. I'm not joking. He's locked. I want to see. It's as a scientific experiment. If you guys, I don't care. Just sub him. I don't care if you want to watch him or not. Poor looking guy. But I want to see his number move. There's no reason why.
I don't see his number, but I'll sub it right now if anybody can watch it change.
I want to see it change. It goes down 5. It goes up 5 and down 5.
I'm gonna sub it live. Here we go. Done. So did it change?
Yeah.
Did it change his number?
I'm frozen.
Just over 200 subs on it.
You're frozen, Eric.
I'm frozen. I can't even end the show. I can't do
it's not gonna let us in until everybody in the sidebar subs to Lucky Bulger for a science experiment.
And Ceiling Fan Man. Don't forget that one.
And Ceiling Fan Man. Fuck Richard.
Well, Lucky, if you go to my description, Lucky's Bulger's website is in my description.
I want to see his numbers, but I actually want to see his numbers move. They won't move.
They didn't move. I just subbed. I would think it moved.
Did it go up? Remember, mine used to be like 666 for a long time, and I got a lot of
sometimes if a lot of people are subbing you at the same time, it won't show till a little bit later.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
But there's something weird because I had a video and it was going live and it was like I think it ended like 3. What was that one with Brian that we did? The Awakening. It's almost 3-4 hours. And at the time, I think there was, 300 people watching or whatever. But then when you looked at it, as soon as it ended, it said it had over 1,200 views. So how's that possible? Yeah. That doesn't make sense. Yeah. It mean like everyone in the room canceled and came back 4 times. None of it made sense. So they're messing with it.
I was at 16, 17, 18 going up like a freaking rocket. Today I open it up and it says that I'm going up and up and green lighted. But I have less. I have 1,203, 33. But I have almost 1,900. I had the 1,009 going up, and now it's down to 1,203, and there's no evidence to show that it went down. You know what I'm saying? It's showing green going up. I'm like, what? Did we shift? This is
I'm gonna give it a shot to see if I can hit the end broadcast. I don't know if it's going to work.
He said an alternate universe of voice is not coming out of his mouth.